Oh, right. Ant-Man and the Wasp, we were just talking about that. I can't just say Ant-Man 2. It's Ant-Man and the Wasp, okay? It's very
Yes,
important that I get this correctly.
and in the
Right
wall.
off, this is the 20th movie of the MCU. And only the 8th one of the Phase 3. I guess 8th is actually a lot, right? Because considering the first two phases only have 6.
Yes.
And they
Well,
introduce...
well, didn't they combine? I mean, isn't it a combination third? It's third and fourth, right?
No, this is just 3. It's not Phase
Okay.
4. Phase 4 starts with Black Widow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which just came out.
Well, actually, phase four would start with the TV
Television stuff, right?
shows.
Yeah, I guess it does. They
Yes, it
never
has.
really defined that. Like,
Well, I know if you get on Disney Plus and it shows phase three and four, it's got all the Disney shows on it.
maybe it's 3.5 or something. I don't know. But
Yeah, but
it's
there's not Black Widow on it yet, so and it's saying it's phase four, so it must be.
so it must be. Yeah, you know what? I'm not up to date on how they keep up with this stuff. Yeah.
Maybe they're not either.
All right. Ant-Man. So
In the Wasp.
yeah. I know you said before. Yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp. So before on previous stuff, you said like basically these are all like sequels, right? So the first time I
They're all
saw
simple.
yeah, so the first time I saw Ant-Man and the Wasp, I immediately like, oh my god, this is a direct sequel to Civil War.
Yeah, because I mean, you got to have Civil War with this, so you're
Yep.
not gonna know what's going on.
So
I mean,
it's this the first time I ever seen like multiple movies being sequels to one movie, you know?
yeah, and it may have a lot to do with keeping the people to go see these movies.
Yes, it does. You know
Because
what I was
no,
thinking?
that I noticed a lot of people I talk to about. Okay, I can talk to people about Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Thor. They'll talk to Thor. They're going to talk about Ant Man. They're like, I didn't see it.
Yeah, why is that?
Well, I don't know. It's very reason. A lot of people think. Okay, most of the reasons seem to be Paul Rudd. A lot of people don't think Paul Rudd's funny.
Really? I love Paul Rudd in this
Or they
movie,
don't.
you
Or
know?
they think it's
Like,
going to be. Or they think because of the name, it's going to be stupid or silly. I don't know. That's the funny thing. It's like almost everybody watches everybody. It's like I was talking to this one person. I was like, "So did you see Captain Marvel?" Oh yeah, I saw that. I just went to the theater. Saw it. They go, "What did you think of Ant Man and the Wasp?" Oh, I didn't see that. And I go, "You just did you see the first Ant Man?" No.
okay, I didn't see
Like
these Ant-Man movies in the theater either.
I didn't. I did. I saw this. I saw Ant Man and the Wasp in the theater, but I missed Captain Marvel in the theater.
Oh, I saw Captain Marvel in the theater. I don't know
I'm pretty
why.
sure I saw Ant Man in the theater too.
Oh, the first
But
one?
again, I like Ant. I like Ant Man. I
Oh, I like
mean,
this one better.
I didn't collect the Ant Man series, but I had like the newer Marvel comic. I mean, the Avengers with Ant Man in it. I always liked Ant Man.
So I also watched this movie
He
twice
swings and he
this week.
talks at ants.
So yeah, so I also watched this movie twice this week. Right? You know what I figured? I figured it feels like the Ant Man movies. It just like so they could use the quantum whim for Endgame, and then how they didn't just bring it to the movie, right? Hey, this is what Hank Pym
Well,
was working on.
they use quantum technology. They use
Yes,
the quantum realm. They use
I
the
mean
quantum
they use that
technology.
technology, right? But in order to bring the quantum technology into Endgame, we have to make two other movies to describe what we're doing, and then at the same time, why don't we just put more characters into this universe? In a way,
Yeah.
you know how I compare it to? It's kind of like exactly how James Cameron invented the Terminator, right? All he wanted to see is a robot walking out of a fire, and then he just created the whole thing around how do I create that scene.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's. I mean, that was his dream. He had a vision,
He had a vision, yes.
but it didn't. It became a bigger vision.
Yeah. But it's
That's the one.
crazy, right? If you think about it, I just thought, oh, this is
But
why
it's
we have
also,
Ant Man.
but it's not just he saw a robot walking off fire. You also got to remember because part of the story was he was watching The Fugitive too.
The Fugitive?
The Fugitive, the TV series.
Oh, I didn't. I don't know the TV series.
Okay,
Oh,
well, it's basically the movie. Remember the movie, The Fugitive?
yeah.
It was Harrison Ford running from.
Oh, I didn't know it was based off a TV series.
Wait, no, he had that idea while he was watching The Fugitive.
Oh, okay.
You
Oh, so he
know,
combined all the elements together.
yeah, because I mean, it's the guy's trying to solve his own crime, and I mean, it's not really the Terminator. You can't go, oh, Terminator is the Fugitive. No,
Oh,
he's
okay.
sitting there. I mean,
It just inspired him for the ideas.
that's what I heard.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I read on the story. So.
But you know, I'm so glad you brought that up about the Ant-Man, though. Like, it didn't look that interesting to me. But now that we're watching these movies back to back weekly, right? I'm like, I can't believe I didn't see this in a theater. But then it would have been so many months out,
Yeah,
and years.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna say these are the greatest movies in the MCU, and he's not
No,
the greatest character in it, but it's an interesting character. I
no,
mean,
it's very interesting. I
like I
enjoyed
say,
it.
when you're a kid, Ant-Man is amazing because he can shrink and talk to ants. I mean, maybe it's not interesting to anybody else. I always wanted to turn as tiny as I could, and I would love to walk around on
Like
Earth.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Well, yeah, Honey and the Shrunk the Kids is kind of funny, but it's way better. Inner Space was way better than Honey and Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, I've never. I don't know that
But I
movie.
mean, I had a comic book issue where the characters, I can't remember what issue it was. I know I had one. I think it had Molecule Man, and they all shrank into the tiny world. I mean, there was a Hulk story where Hulk controlled a planet in the microverse. It's called the
Whoa,
microverse, by the way.
Michaelverse. Okay.
Oh, there's all these like planets and stuff. Because remember, there's atoms and stuff, and people live on them like they're planets.
Huh. Oh, speaking of comic books, I went ahead and bought the other two of the Infinity Wars so I could complete my collection. Five
Oh
and
well, you're too
six.
late because we already finished. We already finished Infinity War. Let's
Oh,
move
you
on.
think so, huh? We're gonna come
Oh,
back
you
to
got
it.
Magnus there.
Yeah, I do have Agnes there. Yep. I just want to show that to you because he came in today. I went to eBay. I think the day after. I'm like, man, I think I want to complete the collection.
Well, you might as well.
Yes.
I
Okay.
never see the reason to leave a collection unfinished because then you just
Oh, I know. I'm just thinking
can't.
about it the whole time. So
It just
okay.
it, just try not to start a collection on anything that's expensive because then it just ends up costing you
So
money.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, right? So this is like a sequel to Civil War. So I'm assuming that after Captain America broke them out, Scott can be placed under house arrest with
Yeah, it's placed in the house. Well, it's told we tell that tells us in Infinity War.
yeah. Yeah,
Remember
yeah,
the
they
scene
did.
when Captain America comes back and he's like there's an Ant-Man and a Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And she said they're both under house arrest. And
Yeah,
so,
him and
but
Barton, the
that's not the
Hawkeye.
way the movie starts off. The movie
No.
starts off, which is funny because the movie almost all Marvel movies start off now with something in the past
Yes.
and then shoot forward to the future. It
Right.
seems to be their thing. This one doesn't have a year on it.
No, it's
But
just
I'm gonna,
Hank and Janet, right? They never
yeah,
say what missiles.
was actually starts off with Hank telling his daughter about telling the story of the mission,
Yes.
which we get to see who the mom is now, played by
Michelle
Heather,
Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer,
The
which
white
is
gold.
which was Catwoman in the DC.
Yep.
So there's two Marvel movies with two actors from the first two Batman movies.
Yes.
Remember, she played Catwoman against
Who?
Batman.
Oh.
Michael
No.
Keaton.
Yeah, Michael Keaton. You said two. Yeah.
Remember? Yeah, and Michael Keaton was in Spider-Man.
Oh, yes. Yes, that's what you're pointing out. Okay, I was confused for a second.
See? So yeah, we got almost everybody except for Tim Burton and Jack Nicholson. So I wonder if Jack Nicholson is going to show up.
Yeah, he's going to play, I don't know, one of the
I
Watchers or
seriously
something.
doubt it. I seriously doubt it. But hey, you never know. Everybody else is coming.
No, like, yeah, we don't know who's. I was just telling my wife the other day, like, Guardians of the Galaxy, right? The second one has three big time 80s stars: Sylvester Stallone, Kurt Russell, and David Hasselhoff. So
Yeah.
who's to know who's gonna
Plus, we
know?
got Robert Redford.
Well, Robert Redford wasn't, but I'm talking about just
Yeah,
in
well, I'm
Guardians.
just saying actors in general.
Yeah. No,
Tommy
just
Lee
talking about that
Jones.
movie because I was talking
These
about
are these are big time actors you wouldn't think would show up.
yeah, in a superhero movie, right? But in
Hmm.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3, what big 80 stars are gonna think? Do you think might show up?
Schwarzenegger.
Oh, I was thinking that because it's the father-in-law.
You can talk to him. Go, hey,
No, but the reason I brought
He's
that is,
Pops.
won't it be funny that Kevin Bacon would show up in Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
Kevin Bacon should show up in the MCU thing.
Because they keep talking about him with Star-Lord, right? Like Kevin Bacon,
Yeah,
because he likes that movie Footloose.
yeah, why
So we'll
not?
see what happens,
But I don't want to show up as Kevin Bacon now.
No, it's like Kevin Bacon shows up as another character. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
Like how, yeah, not playing himself. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just to the audience goes, okay, look at
Yep.
that.
Yep. All right, let's go back to the movie. So you talk about like it talks about how Janet sacrificed herself so Hope know how her mother died.
Yeah, and this must have happened. This would have to happen, and I'm thinking because it shows what's her name? Hope is a little girl,
Yes.
but it's got to happen after the events that we see at the very first of Ant-Man, when they're at the Shield headquarters.
Right. Because you
That
don't.
was 1988.
Yeah, that was 1988. So those got to be before, right?
This happened, yeah, because the guy mentions his wife and he gets punched in the face.
Yes.
So I'm thinking this must happen in '85 or something, the same year that Marty McFly travels back in time.
Oh, but, you know what? You're right. I didn't know. Like, are they tying that to an actual event about the missiles, or are you thinking about like it's just a random?
The United States almost went to war accidentally with Russia in the early '80s.
Oh, so they might be that.
Well, yeah, because there was supposed to have been a war. The United States was going to do a war game, and the Soviet Union misunderstood. Thought it was we were about to do a tag.
Oh, okay.
But
also,
again,
it could be tied to
we
that.
can't do that because see in the movie though, those missiles were fired. I think it was supposed to have been a terrorist took over a silo in the Soviet Union or somewhere, and launched the missiles themselves.
So it's not tied to any true event.
Yeah, because that was no true event.
Okay. It's just random missing.
Things that could have happened in the '80s.
Yep.
That the American public and most of the world wouldn't know about.
So you're guessing it's the early to mid '80s what that mission?
I think it's early '80s. It's probably like '85. Like I said, same time Marty McFly traveled back in time.
Oh, okay. So you want to tie that together? No problem. I like it.
You got to come on,
yep,
come on. Shared universes are awesome.
Yep, I like it. Yep. No, you're fine. It's great. So we
got also, if you're not careful, because they're in San Francisco back in the '80s, they could run into Captain Kirk trying to save Humpback Whales. Be careful.
I'm not a big Star Trek fan. I mean, I don't know anything about Star Trek because
It could be.
So I like that. It just basically explains that the possibility of Janet being alive. Because Scott went to quantum realm and he came back.
Yeah, exactly. It sets up the whole story for what the movie's about.
Yes.
The main purpose of this movie, or the story that's going to tell. I mean, really, I think the movie's actually just filler so we can get to Endgame, but...
Oh, well, so you said that because, like, people, like, what I wonder is, I only went back to see Ant-Man. No, I didn't see Ant-Man. No, Infinity War came out before Ant-Man. Because that's when people were trying to figure out, like, well, what happened? Where's Ant-Man during all this?
Oh, well, it told you, though.
No.
Oh, but like, you want to see why what he's doing. Okay.
After the snap, yeah. Like, what happened to Ant-Man with the snap? That's what I want.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but you already knew that. Yeah, I guess it does. It makes sense.
Nope.
I mean, we find out what happens to Hawkeye because we didn't get a movie for him.
No, it's really funny. So, does that mean that Hawkeye also has an ankle bracelet?
He would have to.
He would have to, right?
Yeah, they had different rules for him.
Yeah, they probably because he's a SHIELD agent and Scott.
But I mean, we see these in Endgame. I don't remember us seeing a bracelet.
Oh, you're right. I forgot if there was a bracelet.
Well, he would have. The time would have already been over, though.
Oh yeah.
Because you got to remember, Ant-Man's time was already up.
Oh yeah, Ant-Man's time was up. That's right. So they wouldn't have.
So he probably had a bracelet, or he had to stay at a certain location.
Yeah, so they could easily monitor him anyway.
Yeah, so he's been monitored.
And he's more trustworthy than Scott. Scott came out of prison just a couple of years ago.
Oh, what you saying about an ex-con?
Yeah, that's an ex-con. Yep. You know how hard it is for an ex-con to find work.
Yeah, no, because that's where Royce finds out.
Yeah. So we do go to the scene where Scott is playing with his daughter Cassie, right? Cassie, yeah.
Yeah. It shoots after we see the mission.
Yes, the mission.
And we see, which we've already saw, but we know more about the story.
Yes.
And then, of course, he's playing in his... well, we don't really know where he's at.
No.
Because you can't tell if is he... Well, I kind of figured it looked like cardboard.
Yeah, it's cardboard.
Because you see them traveling through the tunnel. There's a cardboard ant.
Yep.
Like, where are we going to go?
Laser with the twine.
Yeah, laser
with the twine. That's cool. I like that.
Because, look, you see the guy's house? What is that, like 3-4-story house?
It's 3-story house, probably.
Man, I would love to spend 2 years stuck in a 3-story house.
Oh, it's kind of small, man. It's not that big.
I love that. It's in my room. It's not that big.
Because in this movie, they did go to Pier 39, the fisherman's store. I've been there. It's a beautiful place.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Get pooped on?
What?
Get pooped on?
I did not because I went at night.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah, I have a lot of seafood. I've only been there. I've been there twice, actually.
Not there. Never been there. Hey, guess what? I'm not interested in going there.
It's nice. It's expensive, but it's nice.
I know that there was a giant guy fell in the water there.
So. I think the important part where they show Scott and Cassie playing, so they can show us the trophy.
Yeah, well, it's also to show you that he's been stuck in this. Because come on, you can't just build this. I mean, he has all his cardboard tunnels and stuff. It's to let you know that he's been stuck here for 2 years.
Yeah.
Can't go outside. Yeah. So this is all he's done was build this giant deal, which is awesome.
So he can play with his daughter, yeah.
I'm like, come on. Who wouldn't want to do that? I would love
know.
to slide down all that. If I had a several-story house, I would be building one right now.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
a kid, definitely. Yeah. And then it shows. The other things you introduce Agent Wu. Cardboard Fort. The other thing is they introduce Agent Wu from the FBI.
Yeah, well, yeah, we see Lewis. Well, we see they got a business too.
Yes, they do.
And of course, Scott Lang is the specialty consultant.
Yeah, special consultant, like the engineer, right? Of the
yeah, like he knows everything about not being able to have people break into your stuff because he knows how to get small and get in little spots.
Yes.
Of course, you get to see the trophy. World's greatest grandma.
Greatest grandma. It was the last one they had left.
Yes, the last one they had. I mean, the trophy's kind of important now.
It is because that's the reason why he said he never let it go out of this house.
Yeah, and then was it Wu, Agent Wu?
Well, before he came in, Cassie's parents came.
Yeah, we see. Well, we gotta also mention. Well, first of all, his foot goes through the wall, and that's when we get to see that he has an ankle brace.
Yes.
Because his foot went through the fence, and then of course the parents come over, and everybody's one big happy family, and then here comes the FBI.
You know what? Before they are one big happy family, I like how the attitude towards Scott was totally different, right? Because now they come to a Scott where he fought alongside Captain America. This is a different Scott. Right? I was like, whoa, the attitude totally changed from his ex-wife and the cop.
Because he's a hero.
He's a hero, yeah.
He's a hero, even though he's stuck in his house for 2 years.
The house arrest, I know. I love that part.
I'm a superhero that saved the world. Well, come on. It shows you how stupid Covian Accords are.
Yes.
Because the problem is, we also got pointed out, the Sokovia Accords, we don't even know what they are. But they seem unfair because anybody even uses superhero type or any technology nobody likes. Because Pym and his daughter Hope, they're on the run because they'll be arrested.
Yep.
But they're only going to be arrested because they had the technology. Neither one of them did anything.
Yeah. No, but yeah.
None of them did anything at all.
I feel like when you mentioned that, right? Instead of arresting them, they just bring them forward and ask them, hey, what are you going to do?
Yeah, what is up with that crap? I mean, come on, why would they be on the run? Because, like I said, they didn't do anything. They didn't break Scott out. Right, yeah. They didn't break anybody out. They didn't do anything. They did not do any superhero business with the suits.
No.
Or nothing that's on the radar.
No.
They just made it. So they're like, all of a sudden,
because they have the technology. That's how they explained it. I'm like, what?
That's dumb.
Yeah. I mean, they never had made their appearance. Just suddenly they knew they made that technology.
Yeah, they just know it because of Scott.
So, are you saying who was the bad guy from the first one again? Would he have been arrested?
Cross
would have been arrested, right?
He would have been arrested for what he was doing.
But at the time he was doing like at this time though. But back then before the Accords.
But he was working with the government, so.
Oh, so he would be on Tony Stark's side.
Yeah, he was. No, he wouldn't have been on Tony Stark's side. No, remember, he wasn't going to do the suit. He was selling the stuff. But, I mean, government agencies wanted it for their military, so that's why he would have been okay. He would have been, him and Stark would not have been friends at all. Because Stark would have been against his technology completely. Stark would try to enforce the Sokovia Accords on him, but the Sokovia Accords don't count for national armies.
Oh, it's just for individuals.
Let's say if the United States Army, all the soldiers had a Special Forces division where they were using Ant-Man technology and Iron Man technology, they're okay. They're exempt.
So in a way, Ghost would be exempt because she was under covert op.
No, she's not now.
Not now.
Would have if she was still working for if she worked for the FBI. Yes, she's okay.
That's what I meant.
That works for the national governments, they're okay. It's anybody that wants to have anybody that has superheroes powers on their own or advanced technology on their own. All of a sudden, are criminals.
So we never talk about that after the events of Endgame. Like, what happened to their courts?
Well, after the snap, I guess who's going to enforce it?
Yeah, after the snap, who's going to enforce it?
You would think people would be more scared to want to enforce it, but who's going to enforce it? They should never have enforced it in the first place, and they would have never got to the snap.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I don't understand is the country that suffered the most is the country that introduced the Soviet.
The UN, right? Wasn't it the UN?
Well, they got the UN to do it. It was Wakanda that got the UN to do it.
Yeah, because
they took a big part in writing it. Even though that the head of their country wore a costume and had human powers too.
All right. So hold on. Let
Did
me
he
get back to
abide by?
Ant-Man and the
That's
Wasp.
what I want to say though. Did he abide by the Sokovian Accords?
So Agent Wu, right? I was surprised to see Randall Park in the movie because my
Yeah,
son remembers him like, oh, that's the same guy from Fresh Off the Boat.
yeah. Fresh off the boat. Well, he's also remember in the Was it the interview?
Yeah, he plays Kim Jong Un.
Yeah, no, Kim Jong Un should give this guy an award. This
I
guy's
just like,
awesome.
when you say like other people didn't see Ant-Man because they think it's silly, right? And a lot of people are right because look at Agent Wu, like look at his character.
Oh,
You know,
his character's awesome.
it is so funny. It's like he explains to his daughter like, your school have rules, right? And then your dad went to Germany with Captain America and they drew all over the walls. It's like wow. And then violates the Sokovia Accords like wow.
Yeah, like it because you really know how to talk to children. I'm a youth pastor. Also a youth pastor.
It's the chemistry between him, like Scott and Lewis, is so not Lewis. What was his name? Agent Wu. I don't even remember his first name.
I don't think they ever used his first name.
No, they never did, right?
We don't find his first name out. I don't think until we see
WandaVision.
WandaVision.
Yeah. Just the chemistry between these two guys are so funny when like at the end when they let go his ankle braces like, are you asking me like to go to dinner or something?
Well, first he goes, He goes, I'll be seeing you.
I'll see you.
What do you mean?
Like later?
Like later? He goes, no, when you do something wrong.
And I'll be there to arrest you. Like, what would you like?
I kind of thought you were asking me out to go out somewhere, like a party. Oh, would you like to go out and eat? You're asking me out to eat? That's kind of weird. He goes, yeah, that would be weird, but I don't have nothing to do.
Why is this so weird?
The best thing is at the front. And it's an important piece that's part of Wu's character now.
Yeah, it is.
He shows him the card trick.
Oh, and then he trying to learn it
later. Well, yeah, but I like it. Shows the card trick, and then they keep talking, and then they all start to leave, and he gets up to Scott. How'd you do it? And even the audience is wondering. So he knows.
Yeah.
He goes, no, the card trick.
Yeah, the card trick. Like, what? Seriously? Because later in the scene they show you he was watching that video, like the YouTube video, how to do the
card trick is part of his character now because it actually saves him in another TV series.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yes, that's the whole part of the character right there.
Oh, shoot, I forgot about that.
Marvel doesn't throw away. It's starting to show you Marvel doesn't throw away characters if they don't want to. Because, I mean, he should have never been seen before again.
Yeah. But
it just happened the audience liked him.
You're right. I mean, that's why I like WandaVision so much because they combine Thor, Ant-Man, and Captain Marvel. When they all came together on this TV show, dude, my mind was blown.
It's pretty good.
My mind was blown,
Well, that's the thing. Marvel keeps picking up the characters, and I'm wondering if they're going to pick up two characters in this movie.
Luis?
No, not Luis. Ghost. And the doctor, was it Dr. Langstein?
Morpheus.
Morpheus. Dr. Bill Foster.
Yes.
Which, by the way, in the comic books, he's Goliath.
What, he is?
Yes. Well, they even say it in this movie.
Oh, that's right. He was Goliath.
I don't know if he was a black guy in the comic books or not. But the comic book...
Probably not.
I never saw this one. There was called a Black Goliath.
Really?
And I was like, why do you need to call it Black Goliath?
Because he's black, I guess.
I don't know if it's because he's black or if he's a villain. But then he was Goliath. Because you got to remember, Dr. Pym was Goliath, too.
Oh.
In the comic book.
Is that when they were talking about like how big they got?
Well, I also got to mention he was also Giant Man. All three of these guys have now been Giant Man. Because even, when Scott Lang turns gigantic in this movie, at the end, the news report says Giant Man.
That's right. Because they didn't know what to call him.
Giant Man. So in a way, other to Wu, people would be like, there's two characters, an Ant-Man and there's a Giant Man.
Oh, that's smart. Because, I'm not familiar with Ant-Man's, but when you bring that up, right, was it Peyton Reed, the director? He know what he's doing. Yeah,
well, I mean, there was a Giant Man in the comic book. I knew Giant Man, because Giant Man was in the 80s, I think.
Oh, it was?
No, well, there was farther back, but there was a Giant Man, I remember, in the 80s. I think it was Pym was a Giant Man in the 80s, maybe. I know I've seen him in the comics, or in the Goliath. I think it was Goliath is the one I saw, not Giant Man.
Hey, you know what? I had a question to ask you. I wrote this down when I was watching the movie. Like, so let's not talk about Barton, but for a person like Scott, right? where does he get income during house arrest? Where did he get this house during house arrest? You know what I mean?
Money, well, it looked like him and Lewis are sharing a house.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He got the business saved.
Oh, he's working.
Well, he's kind of working.
Yeah, he's working from home.
About to go to business, but he's working from home. He's been working from home for 2 years.
Yeah.
He must have had something else. Yeah, I mean, they must be doing okay with XCon.
Because he even asked Hope, like, you need money. You know, he's trying to offer her helping hand.
He didn't really have anything. He didn't have more than they had.
No, yeah, it just...
I mean, Hope and them look like they're poor, but, I mean, come on. Even if you could shrink a skyscraper, and if you were carrying a little cart of Hot Wheels cars that could turn full size,
that's cool.
You're not... I mean, come on. Those weren't Hot Wheels cars. Those are real cars.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, they've probably been boosting cars.
Yeah. So, like, you know, those...
That's going to be the next Fast and Furious. They start boosting cars, and they shrink them all, and they stick them in cases.
And then they fly to space.
Yeah, and then they fly to... Well, they're going to land on Mars.
I've been seeing a lot of memes now. Like, ever since Fast 9 came out last weekend, like, all I see is just people put Vin Diesel in everything. It's like, family is stronger. Like, fighting Thanos, nothing is stronger than family. Like, what the heck? I haven't seen the movie. But that's the theme.
You already ruined the movie for me. Now I know it's all about family.
Did he say that the last 4 movies? Like 8, 6, 7,
every
and 5?
movie. He said in the first movie.
Yeah, in the first movie. With The Rock, nothing's more important than family. Like, okay, man.
Not with The Rock. He said it in the very first.
Oh, no. I mean, it's like he even said it with The Rock. When
of course he says with The Rock. Everybody says everything with The Rock. He's not even The Rock anymore.
Yeah, it's Dwayne Johnson. That's my bad. You're right. It's Dwayne Johnson.
Come on, he's a serious actor now.
Yes.
We move on beyond those stage names that they use for.
Okay. Well, I want to tie the first scene back together because when Cassidy leaves, right, he takes a bath. You know, his 2-hour time in the bathroom, because he dreams, right, and that's when. Oh, it ties in the event where Hank and Hope are trying to do the lab thing. And then that's when Scott has that dream.
Yeah, it's explained later in the movie that's where it came from. But no, we don't see that. We just see, he just kind of drifts off back to the time we saw in the first Ant-Man movie.
Yes.
The quantum realm. And then he's all of a sudden having a dream where he's following some little girl playing hide and seek. Yep. And she goes into the really big dresser.
You mean a wardrobe? Is that what they call those?
Yeah, well, not everybody has a wardrobe. So, oh my God.
It sounds like a witch thing, right?
I've seen a wardrobe. I had to go to like an antique store or something to see one.
I think my mom has a wardrobe because that's what she has in this house right now. She's living with us, right? Yeah.
The only reason you remember it because it's so heavy.
Because I had to put that together, yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Hey, in the original wardrobes, I don't think you put together. I think
it comes like that. Yeah.
Yes, I think they're big and giant, massive pieces.
They come this way already.
Yes. It's like a closet. It's basically just a removable closet.
Yes, a movable closet. Yep, IKEA has them now.
Well, anyhow, she hides in this closet all the time. That we find out later.
Yeah.
But of course, he looks in the mirror and he sees Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yes, I thought that was freaky.
That was freaky. They both. You could tell they thought it was freaky. Look at the expressions.
Yes.
Of both. I would be like, hold on.
Well, Michelle Pfeiffer probably thought like, oh my God, it worked, and he's like, what the heck's going on?
Yeah, he's like, who is this?
But sometimes it happens in dreams, right? You're dreaming and you're somebody else and not yourself.
No.
No? Sometimes I dream that I'm watching myself.
Oh, I dream I'm watching myself.
Like a third person, like a third person point of view.
I have lots of dreams where I'm in third person, but I'm not somebody else. I mean, you might need to talk to somebody about that, not me.
Yeah, you're right. It might be.
Professional.
I might have been incepted. I don't know. Or I was incepting somebody. I have no idea which way.
Now, if you're incepted, now we want to talk about it.
Yeah. Is it incepted?
So what did they take? Did you wake up and find anything missing? What's in your head that anybody want?
I don't know. Useless information.
That's what I was thinking, because I know you. I'm like, what could you have?
Useless information.
Codes behind you or something?
Yeah. It's just an incident.
By the way, you don't have a video game you could play, and then when you win it, there's a secret plans for a fighter jet or something.
Yeah, I play it under the soccer mode on Call of Duty.
Okay. Well,
or zombie mode.
Let's quit giving out our information. We don't know who's watching. We're just going with the movie.
Yeah, you're right.
Hydra could be watching us.
So after he did that part, right, he calls Hank, just to let him know that was something weird.
Funny.
Yes.
Yeah, hey, now that I hear what I'm saying, maybe this is not an emergency. Yeah, never mind. Forget what I'm saying. And of course, then he's watching TV eating cereal.
Yeah.
And he's got a bug in his house.
Yeah, and then it stung him or something, obviously.
Yeah, he falls asleep.
Yep.
Wakes up, and there's Hope just driving him down the street.
Yeah, very serious, too. She asked him right away, like, is it really... Did you really see that? Or
like a homeless person, too.
Yeah, it's just like a homeless person.
He
was like... But then he freaks out because he's still wearing the bathrobe, right?
Yeah, he's still got his pajamas on. He thinks he's got the ankle bracelet on.
And he freaks out because
he doesn't. Ankle bracelet's gone.
Yeah.
And we see, what is that? When she tells him how much time he spends in his house.
Yeah, it was funny.
We see that little ant. We see the ant about his size, doing everything that he's doing, wearing the ankle bracelet. It's eating half the cereal box with the cereal in it.
And then Louise comes, he's like, whoa!
Oh, Scott.
I thought he might get freaked out by that big ant.
Of course, he's like, so are you spying on me? And she's like, we watch all security threats.
Yeah, he said all security
threats. So far,
threats.
you're the only one that's the only security threat to us. So basically, what she's saying is they have nothing better to do but watch him.
But watch him, yeah. You know what's really weird? That means Scott actually took the suit from him twice. Because he had to take it from Civil War.
Yeah, before Civil War, he took that suit.
Yeah.
We find out, without asking.
Yep.
I mean, come on, he had a good reason.
He had a good reason. That's also what they talk about in the car, you know? They just came up to me and said it was national security.
Shows up at your house and knocks your door, hey, Lamb, get you a costume together. Let's go.
Yeah, we're going.
Which, by the way, I would like to know, what are you going to put on? You going to put that Mandalorian helmet on?
I don't know if I have something cooler. I don't know. I don't know what I would have. I have to take the time to design it. But something cool that you could zip up.
No, don't worry about it. They're not going to knock on your door. You don't have anything. That's why I'm building me something. By the way, Cap, if you're out there, I have a costume. Okay.
Oh, you have a costume. Nerd.
I don't have any superpowers. But I got a costume. Like Lewis, you remember Lewis saying, I want a costume. Maybe with some powers or just a costume.
So I don't have any powers. I think that would be cool.
You don't even have to have any powers. I got one of those.
Oh man. You know, I like that they talk about Germany. They talk about Cap. That was really funny. Cap? Oh, that's what we call him.
Who's Cap? Oh, that's what we call him.
That's what we call him. Because that joke comes back later in Endgame.
Oh, it does. It does.
I love it. Like, it's not really a joke. She actually calls him Cap. Like, we're on it, Cap.
Yeah. Well, she's like, if Cap could see you now.
Yeah, Cap can see you now. When he's all big in the school.
All little. Yeah.
When he's all little.
Like a little child. Because she didn't get a hard time. Remember when he's trying to get that bag down?
Yeah.
She's like, you almost got it. Then she turns big and gets it down for him. He should have just told her to get it down instead of trying to jump up there and get it.
Which one do you think is more fun? Like, not funny, right? Like, Guardians or this? Like, Ant-Man? Like, I feel like they both do.
I'm actually going to go with Guardians.
Yeah, I like Guardians because I like Chris Pratt, though. I think that's,
Nah, well, I'm not an actor type person. I don't go, oh, this so-and-so's in this movie. I got to go see this.
Mm-hmm.
I could give a crap who's in a movie. If the movie looks interesting, I'm going to go see it.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's good.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, there are some movies where there's actors in there that I go, oh, if this guy's in there, I know it's going to be good. Like Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes.
The movie could suck, but watching him have fun in it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, you're right.
Come on, he did Snakes in a Plane.
Yeah, it sounds stupid.
He knows that's stupid, and he just has a good time, you know? I mean, he makes something out of it. He makes it bigger.
Yeah, I never knew about that.
That's a good actor right there. Somebody can get in the movie and go, I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna
Wait, so you saw Snakes on a Plane?
Part of it.
Oh, was it good, the part that you saw?
No.
I never seen it. Because, to me, I don't like flying, right? And I don't like snakes. And you put both of these together.
Let me ask you this.
I'm not going to see this.
No, I'm guessing you don't like flying, so you probably didn't see Air Force One either.
Oh, I saw Air Force One. I saw Air Force One. Because you're right. I love Harrison Ford. I mean, the trailer looks awesome.
Harrison Ford so much, you're willing to watch.
You know what's really funny? I don't remember anybody else in that movie. Like I forgot who the terrorists were.
Don't either. Don't either. I don't think it mattered.
Yeah, I don't
It
think
didn't
it
matter.
mattered. I just
This
remember
whole movie's a
Harrison
Harrison
Ford.
Ford movie. It's all about Han Solo taking the crap out of a bunch of people and sometimes pulling out a little bit of Indiana Jones.
Yeah, and on something that's not the Millennium Falcon. That's basically all that is.
Hey, it's Air Force One. It's almost like Millennium Falcon. Just can't go to space.
The last time I saw that movie was on DVD.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I don't have that on Blu-ray, but the last time I had
I don't have it
DVD.
at all. I don't have it all.
Yeah, I had it on DVD.
Yeah, it wasn't. Air Force One wasn't that good.
It wasn't that good, but I don't remember. That's why I don't remember it.
That's why nobody remembers it. Everybody just remembers who was in it, and that's all you're supposed to remember.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about. It's one of those movies where the actor sold it.
Yeah, the actors definitely.
You know why I saw it? Because it was on TV.
It was on TV.
I don't look up who's in it. We don't care.
No, I want to see something. Air Force One. I want to see something like, oh man, it was from 1997. Gary Oldman was in it.
Who?
Gary Oldman.
He was the bad guy.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot that. William H. Macy.
He probably played the same type of bad guy he always plays.
Yeah. William H. Macy was in it. Look at that.
But I remember Gary Oldman when he plays characters that count. You know, like Commissioner Gordon.
And what's the character in The Professional?
Oh, I don't know. Didn't see it.
You never seen The Professional?
Nope.
Oh, that's a great movie. That's Natalie Portman's first movie.
Yeah. Oh, Leon the Professional.
Leon the Professional, yes.
Or maybe it is called just Professional, but I never saw it.
I think in America it's called Leon the Professional, but in Europe it's just called The Professional.
Okay, maybe it is. I know there's Leon the Professional for something.
Oh, maybe they did that thing where they name it Leon the Professional later.
Natalie Portman, though, MCU.
Yes.
Except for the time she left, and
then she comes back. Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yeah, she came back. I hope she begged.
No, the director asked her.
No.
The Kihi. I don't know how to say it.
Tawaki,
yeah.
We call it. We gave her a whole bunch of names.
Yeah.
These two jerks on YouTube.
They don't even know my name.
Yeah, they like they love my work, but
yeah, they love my work, but they don't know my name. So.
Well, we still love your work, but we still don't know your name. It's okay. I work with people I like sometimes. I don't know their name.
Yeah,
I can't remember their name on a daily basis. You might leave. Why do we remember their name?
Oh, yes.
You don't mean I like them any less.
All right, let's go back to Ant-Man and the Wasp.
They're some of my favorite restaurants.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. So, we go through all that, shows him the lab, and then Hope goes to some kind of deal, right?
Well, first off, we see the car that turns out that cars they're in is tiny.
Oh yes.
Remember, because he tries to get out. And then it turns out, because this is a big important part of that movie.
Yep.
Especially since it was part of a Hyundai commercial.
Yes, a huge Hyundai commercial.
That's what made me really want to go out and buy a Hyundai.
That's well, it might work for some people, but not us.
Like, they're in
if you remember, Batman was in a Jeep, right?
Yeah, well, it's funny. They were chased by what? They were in a.
There was a stop and then a pigeon.
They were in a Mercedes van most of the movie, being chased by bad guys who was driving all Dodge products,
yes.
A lot of Chargers and stuff. I was thinking, Hyundai or Charger? I take Charger. I don't care if it gets smashed and crushed.
I want to ask about that power. Since we talked about the car, I was going to ask about that. We see the pigeons, right? And then the Ant-Man suit is supposed to give him the same, I guess, power. Like, not the power, but it's the same strength no matter how small you get, right?
Yeah.
So, does that the same as the car? Because, remember at the end of the car scene, they were...
The car strength, I think the car strength is supposed to hold up the same.
Hold up the same, okay. So that explains the chases.
But the speed is what puzzled me.
That's what puzzles me.
I'm becoming, because it's a measure of distance now.
Yep.
But I guess somebody would probably argue, well, it would have the same speed as if it's a real car. But I'm like, I don't give a crap what kind of science you're using. Even in imaginary science, it's not going to work. Because I tell you what, even imaginary Dr. Pym will tell you this science is not going to work, even though he's not real.
So you talk about that too. And the other thing that puzzles me, wouldn't they use more gas?
The only person that could explain that kind of stuff, the only person who could explain that to us is Reed Richards, and we haven't seen him yet.
Oh, I thought you say like Neil deGrasse Tyson because the other thing I asked was like,
I'm gonna guess though it would no because see he's real,
oh, okay,
and so he can only tell us about real things.
but he could do the math.
Yeah, but he'll tell us that time travel in the past isn't possible either, and it is because we saw it in the movie.
Oh, okay. So, wait.
And
So
he also tell us that you can't shrink too, and we saw that because Ant-Man did that because we saw it in the movie.
So you agree on the gas thing?
I think the gas would have shrank to match all the injectors and stuff.
No, not like they would have to pay more gas to travel the same distance, right? Because like the roads are like longer now in a way.
Maybe because of the everything shrank so much. Maybe it gives them even more power. Maybe you can stretch gas farther because of it's more power for that little car.
Because I thought like, hey, if you're smaller, right? Instead of 1 mile, is like I don't know 1,000 miles or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, the little wheel's gonna have to rotate a lot faster.
So I'm thinking like a lot of the science stuff go out the window. But then if you believe in Ant-Man, all that's gone out the window. Okay?
Well, I mean, come on. Yeah, they shrank. I don't know if you know this, but they shrank. They shrank even further when they saw tardigrades, those little pig-looking things.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. We have to have a really good microscope to even see that far down.
Yeah.
I mean, and then they're like living on little atoms. They're like living on neutrons and protons and stuff. They're like going that small. We can't even see that. So if you're having a problem with them, how quick their little Hot Wheel car on, so just quit. Turn off the movie and get up and go on because you're boring. Use your imagination.
I just think too much about this. Hey, if Back to the Future get so much free pass,
we're gonna go back to what I said. We're going back to what I said. This is why we don't talk to what's his name?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
This is why we don't talk about it. This is why we had to talk to Reed Richards.
Yes,
he would make more sense in this deal because he's fictional.
Okay. So hey, before we go on, did you think Janet was smart?
Me and you both did see the same thing. Why is this car coming this speed?
Yeah, like why is it? Yeah, because speed. And I'm thinking like,
why? I think it's a deep-rooted desire that we have played with Hot Wheels cars. We want to know.
Yeah, I want to know.
How we make our Hot Wheels cars go that fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you think Janet was the smartest person in this movie? She is, right? She's the smartest scientist. Janet, the first Wasp.
She is a good scientist.
Yes, she's a good scientist. She's smart.
I think she's the most. I don't want to say she's the smartest because she didn't come up with Pym particles.
Oh, the different area. Oh, she's smart in the quantums thing.
I would say that her
specialty.
She knows a whole lot of things. I mean, she's probably more of a jack of all trades. Because I'm saying Pym is focused on one thing.
Yeah, and she's focused on something else.
But she is more level-headed.
What do you mean? Oh, okay.
He gets in fights and gets stuck on little stupid things, you know? He's kind of a small man in some of his work. Because we've already seen he gets mad. Oh, this is my work. This is my work. I'm not going to share this with anybody. I'm going to share this. Because we saw that he kind of is like a Stark in a way because he run off that one scientist that whose daughter becomes Ghost.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Then he also ran off Bill.
Bill.
Morbius.
Yep.
Morpheus. I actually liked him in Superman, by the way. He's also from DC now.
Yeah, he plays Perry. Is it Perry?
Yeah, he played Perry. He played Perry, which I actually liked that. I thought he was good in that role.
Yep.
I was like, wow, I want some more Superman in. We didn't get any more. We didn't get any more.
No.
Comics sucks, but I mean, come on, they had something going and they tore it up.
I know you like to complain about that a lot.
I have to complain about it because Marvel gets something good and they make something out of it. DC gets something good, and they're like, "Oh, this is good. We should do something else." This is too good. This is too good. Okay, well, but yeah, I mean, he was a good scientist too. But I think she's the most level-headed of it all.
No, I think you were onto something.
She's a bit more of a computer expert.
No, you're right. Like that's a specialty, kind of like when Stark and Banner was working on Ultron. Like Stark didn't know what he was doing, so he needs Banner to complete that piece that he doesn't understand. I mean,
everybody does their certain things, you know, especially the Marvel universe, because most of it's fake. So you got to know one thing, and the other person knows something else.
Yeah. Which they never touch on Spider-Man's character, because Peter Parker is really smart in science. They haven't really
Yeah.
touched on this in the
They never
MCU.
really actually worked on him that much.
No.
They've actually worked on a lot. We also got to remember Scott Lang. I heard people have seen Ant-Man go, well, he's kind of a dummy. But I'm like, actually, they play it that way in a way. But if you actually pay attention, he's not a dummy.
No.
He's actually an electronics expert.
Yeah, he is electrical engineer, right?
Yeah, he's an electrical engineer, which those guys don't know how to plug a light bulb in. They can do a lot of other things. I'm not messing with you.
No, I know what you mean. Yes.
Don't know anything about light, but yeah, they know their field.
Yes.
I mean, he's not going to be a computer expert or anything.
Yeah, because that's not who he is.
People have certain deals. That's why when you're building a company or something, if you're going to do something like go to space, you got to get you an army of experts in various things that can work together.
Yes,
and accomplish something. And this is where I wanted to point out: this movie, in a way, is like its own team. It's
you're right.
Mini Us and Giant League team. I don't know what you want to call them.
No, because there's 2 Ant-Mans and 2 Wasps in this movie at one time.
Exactly. And they all do the same work. I mean, they're all working together as a team. Ant-Man is not doing all the work.
No, he can't.
I mean, yeah,
we were just about to get you that scene anyway. You're right, like when Wasp fights Ghost for the first time.
It is not just him, and it's not Lewis is part of their team, too.
Yep.
They don't really need Lewis, but they keep getting Lewis.
Yes, I love that every time. We're like, hey, Dr. Pym, who would know that, your time of need, and you come to us again.
Yeah. Well, which that scene didn't make any sense to me, but hey.
It is just so funny.
But yeah, where were we at? We're going where he goes to the building, and he's like, hey, you need some money, and boom. It's like, yeah. I don't think they need any money.
Yeah, and not that, and also like when Hope went to make the deal to get the
that's the thing with the deal. But we gotta go over this. The whole reason she's making a deal is because they are building a giant machine, a quantum. Actually, it looks like the time tunnel.
Yeah, it looks like a time tunnel. That's what I thought too.
From that '60s TV show, it just has a spin all weird.
It reminded me a little bit of Stargate. But like it's with layers,
Well, Stargate's basically time tunnel.
Yeah, time tunnel. But like they just have an arc, instead of like this microwave looking thing.
Yeah, it just goes. You go through it, gets smaller, and then boom. But so the building was ants. So basically, they got slave labor building there.
Yeah, they have slave labor. Yep.
I wish I could control ants, man. I'd build me a skyscraper too. I don't know where I'd get. Oh, I got land, so I'll just build a skyscraper on that land.
In the middle of nowhere.
Have them dig tunnels. Think about if you had an ant that size, he could dig tunnels like he does it when he's small. You could walk through all those tunnels. Man, this would be the greatest thing on earth. We need to learn to talk to ants.
Yes, we could build my dream basement. Yes, definitely. I agree.
Well, we could build all our dream basements.
Yes.
We could build underground cities, and we could tell who can come in and who can't.
Oh, good.
A whole new society.
It sounds like Star Wars.
We're going to be the Mo Man.
The underwater people.
We're the Mo Man, Mo Man.
I do.
But anyway, these guys built that whole building for him.
Yeah.
But the point of the story is they're gathering up parts. So now that they have some kind of energy problem, they got to go meet.
Oh, that's.
What was the character's name?
To me, he seems like a Southern guy, right?
Oh, he is a Southern guy. I forgot what the character's name was.
Yeah. Is it Walton? Sonny Birch?
Yeah, well, Walton Goggins is his name, and I mean he's been a villain in a lot of
Sonny Birch.
shows.
Yeah, Sonny.
Yeah, Sonny Birch is the character. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you ever saw. I can't think of the name of the show at the moment.
Was he in it?
Marshall. Was it U.S. Marshall? He was the villain in Marshall.
I never seen that movie or show.
I think it's Marshall. It's like U.S. Marshall.
He was in G.I. Joe Retaliation.
Was he?
He was in Cowboys and Aliens.
Oh, he's also played a soldier. He's played a Navy SEAL too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was a Cowboys and Aliens.
I still haven't seen that movie, so.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh, we're gonna have to watch that because that's got a Favreau, directed by Favreau.
Yep.
Come on, Iron Man.
I know. Well, there's a lot of movies I haven't watched.
It's okay. It's an okay movie too. It's not as good as I thought it was gonna be.
Oh, he was in Hateful Eight.
Actually, since it has Indiana Jones fighting James Bond. Oh yes, he was in Hateful Eight. He's doing a lot of stuff. He's always a character when he always plays this kind of.
I always thought what you just mentioned, like Indiana Jones fighting James Bond, right? Like, is that how we label movies now? Like The Prestige, like Batman versus Wolverine. That's how
Sometimes that's how you got to. It just makes it so much better.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
just
come
makes it so
on.
much more fun to
It's like
say.
Ferrari versus Ford. It's
Jason Bourne
Bourne
versus
beating
Batman.
on Batman. And if you don't like that, then it's beating on the Terminator guy. I mean, we'd give Jason Bourne more names, but he's only been one major character so far.
Yeah, right. He's just been
Jason
one.
Bourne.
Jason
I
Bourne.
mean, nobody remembers the name of the characters he's been where he's been lost on other planets. It's like what?
Oh yeah, I don't know his name.
But he did get to play my one of my heroes, Carol Shelby.
Oh yes, yeah, he plays Shelby.
We're not gonna go right. Go look,
No.
that's Carol Shelby fighting Batman.
Yeah, like
Even
Batman.
though Carol Shelby would love that.
So it's actually his character that he's playing in the movie fighting Batman. Why is it?
It's them riding in the same car together. It's
You
not
know,
the
it's really
Batman.
funny, right? When you say Batman, but not. Is it John Preston in Equilibrium?
I don't even remember his name in Equilibrium.
I know something Preston. I can't remember.
I mean, yeah, well, it wasn't like a defining name. I mean,
No.
everybody knows who Batman is.
Yeah, it's no
When you
John
say
Matrix,
Batman,
you know.
Yeah, I mean, plus it's the smile you get when you say Batman.
Yeah, Wolverine versus Batman.
I know everybody's like, okay, that's cool.
Dude, that sounds cool.
But if you're to say, what was it? What was the character you played?
With Christian Bale?
Huh?
Who is Christian Bale? Which one?
No, not Christian Bale. Hugh Jackman's character. Who did he play in the movie where he sings?
Oh, I never seen that movie. Mulan. Is it Mulan Rouge?
No, we're not
The
doing
Greatest Showsman.
Yeah, this Greatest Showman. Who was that? That character.
I haven't seen it.
Well, if you haven't seen that one, well, that's one to see. That's actually one to see.
Oh, it's the best. Really?
Yeah, it was actually pretty good.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I wouldn't say, "Whoa, this is groundbreaking," but it is a movie to see.
Okay.
I liked it, so I know you're gonna like it.
Okay.
You might like it. You actually might like it more than I did.
Oh, really?
But it was a pretty good movie, so it's one to see. We might just have to talk about it.
I know, we went off to something else.
We can probably give it 20 minutes.
Yeah, we can. I was just going to say, we got off into a different path, right?
It's because we're kind of like ghosts. We're moving all over the place.
Yes, we are.
We're moving so quick.
Did you know this character in a comic book, Ghost?
Ghost? I've never seen Ghost before.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I knew that she is I think it was a he in the comic book.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I've never seen Ghost. I mean, I didn't really see if it was. I didn't collect a lot of the Avengers comics, and that's the only reason I know Ant-Man's from Avengers. I never got an Ant-Man series or any of that.
Yeah, me neither.
So I mainly stuck with Avengers, and of course, I got a few West Coast Avengers. So.
It's just basically what I read from the comic book cards. That's what the Marvel cards. That's all I know about Ant-Man.
The comic book cards was my biggest deal. Plus, I also collected the Marvel
Universe.
Well, I didn't get a lot of them, but they have them. That tells you almost every character. And
that's cool.
Like a number. This is volume 5.
Shane is showing me a book for people who listen to the audio.
It's Mr. Fear Quicksilver.
And you got that on Amazon too?
No, I bought this. You remember way back in the 80s when we used to have these things in the malls called bookstores?
Yes.
Well,
I went to
yeah, you go in this place. It's just a little shop inside the mall.
I text you that, right? I went to the Stonebriar Mall last week. No, Tuesday. And we went to Barnes & Noble because it was right before my son's doctor appointment, right? And I took a picture of the artwork of... What is that game you play? Mass Effect.
Oh, Mass Effect. Yeah, you showed me that.
Yeah. So you've seen it. I was at a bookstore.
Yeah, I don't know which one that is. There's so much Mass Effect now. And there's been so many art books for Mass Effect. I'm like... Yeah, that's cool.
Speaking of
I like
artwork,
the
right?
Because
you told me you got the artwork, for those movies, and I got the artwork for Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, I see that. I'm gonna wreck it.
No, not the shirt, right? But I got the actual book from Half Price Books.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Half Price Books.
I didn't know there was one. Now I want one.
Yeah, the artwork of Wreck-It Ralph.
I have the one for what was it? The art of Big
Hero 6.
Yeah, Big Hero 6. I got the art book for that.
I like the artwork for those better. Kind of like these Marvel movies, right? Because it's not like an animation. So it's like, it is an animation, but like computer generated, not like hand drawn.
Yeah, well, the Marvel books. The Marvel ones are still good. I mean, I have the one for Ant-Man.
Oh, I was going to ask you. You do have the one for Ant-Man.
In the Wasp, I have that one for Ant-Man, and I have one for Ant-Man and the Wasp.
And the Wasp, wow.
The cover looks like it's.
Pym Technologies, that's cool.
Yeah, Pym Technology still. This one's actually a pretty nice book. Some of them are hit and miss. The worst art book so far I've found from the making of series that I don't care that much for is Iron Man 3.
Wow, really?
Because it's all paintings. The whole book is all paintings.
Really?
My favorite ones are first Iron Man 1 and 2 are the best so far.
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm going to tell you why I think they're the best. Because they show artwork, they show props, they show markets of how they're going to build these sets.
Mm-hmm.
They show set blueprints, and they also have sometimes a little bit of the story, posters, and then they'll show storyboards.
Oh.
But the Iron Man 3 one didn't have any of that. All it was nothing but paintings from one cover to the end. They didn't even show any of the new suits, because like the first one shows all the suits they thought up. It even shows the Mandarin.
Oh.
Their ideas for him because they thought he was going to be in the movie. The second one shows sets for all the houses, how they built the house, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, I
This
love
one's
that.
actually pretty good. This one does show you though. There was supposed to be a scene where they're fighting.
What, in Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Yeah, in Ant-Man and the Wasp when they went to the world to get Janet Van Dyne.
Oh, so they cut that out.
It was supposed to be like a fight scene. Yeah, they didn't ever make it. It probably would have cost a lot for special effects and stuff. But she was supposed to be like this warrior. That's why you see her in this torn clothes and her messed up wings, because she's been fighting for her life on that planet and fighting little creatures and stuff.
Oh, she did mention something about that.
She does. She mentions
at the end of the movie, yeah.
Further down.
Yeah, further down.
So I mean, the art books are worth collecting, and of course, I collect the ones for. Well, actually, I got into collecting art books for Star Wars and Indiana Jones.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, now with Marvel. If we ever get to it, I'll show you. Yeah, it was long before Marvel. I've been collecting these way back.
Oh, I remember.
For all the Star Wars movies.
Do you have the Batman ones too?
Yes, I collected quite a few of the Batman.
I think you and I bought one of the Batman Begins one together at the half-price books.
We did.
I think I still have it in the shrink wrap because I didn't want to open it.
Which is a shame because the one you bought has a map, a big old fold-out map for Gotham City.
Really?
Which I can actually get that for you now. But it also has the blueprints for the Batmobile, the Batcave, all the Christian Bale stuff. Oh, it has Joker cards in there, and there's also stickers that says we support, we believe in Harvey Dent. And there's a few stickers for the Gotham City Police Department in the book.
What? Damn, I gotta open it now.
Yeah, well, the map is in the very back. So big old giant envelope. But everything's in there. I mean, even the flying bat, the whatever he called it.
The Batarang, yeah.
It's in there too.
Oh, I have
not enough blueprints. You can go build one now.
Yeah, I have that. I should get that out and stick it in the wall in my room or something.
I tell you what, we're really quantum today because we're on Ant-Man at all.
Yeah. All right, let's go back to Ant-Man. So we fight Ghost.
Goes to see Sony. Yeah, she's Sunny. Is it Sunny?
Sunny, yeah.
He names his restaurant We. Because that's yes for French.
Yeah.
That's yes for France. And he decides that he knows who she is, and he thought they were into some kind of business. Well, he goes, yeah, I want to go to business with you. But basically, all he wants is telling her, I want your stuff so I can sell it, maybe.
Yep.
That's all he wants. He don't ever give a crap about that money she's giving him or anything. He just wants that. Of course, so there's a big fight between them, which is kind of cool. But mainly Wasp. And of course, we see Ant-Man. Well, Lang is in the van watching it.
And he wants the Altoids.
Yeah, he wants those Altoids. He won't give him those Altoids, which is a reason we see the Altoids later. But of course, he pulls out down another case.
Oh, we forgot to go over the stuff they talk about when they asked Scott, like, did you at least keep the suit? I was like, no, I destroyed it. What? You destroyed my suit? That was my life's work. Yeah, when he got captured, he goes, oh, well, I got captured I didn't want to give it to him. Yeah.
So, of course, though, she gets in trouble because she starts fighting the ghosts.
Yes.
This is the first time we see ghosts. Well, actually, we saw ghosts when they drive away from the building, but we don't see the ghosts. We see an outline of ghosts.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah, okay. We see an outline behind the van, and then Ghost followed them, and Ghost has been watching them for quite some time.
Because she wants the lab or the technology. Oh, she think they can heal her.
Well, after they realized, they watched them enough that they realized they might have something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why she's been paying more attention to them lately. And of course, because they almost got their stuff done. And I'm sure they've heard something because she's been buying all these And I'm thinking anybody with some brains in the MCU world could go, well, they're building something that have to do with quantum mechanics.
Yeah.
Quantum energy. Well, he wanted quantum energy is what he's playing.
Yep.
Apparently, they're going to pull energy out of quantum. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, you know.
That's in your universe. That means they would be sucking your universe out. Something would start disappearing more than socks, okay?
So, I really like this ghost character because she can do the phasing thing. It's like impossible to defeat her.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, the only reason they defeat her in a way I'm thinking is because she doesn't have a complete handle on it anymore.
Yeah.
Because I think because in part of the show, the doctor tells her she's only got maybe 2 weeks left.
Yep. Yeah, however many months. But then I like that the government was using her, right? They didn't care about helping this person at all.
Turns out S.H.I.E.L.D. was been using her as using her the same way they used Bucky.
Yes. Or same way Hydra used Bucky, yes.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. So S.H.I.E.L.D. or was it Hydra?
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, basically, when they do missions and stuff, depending on who they're picking off, was the same thing anyways.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, S.H.I.E.L.D. actually never used Bucky.
No.
Hydra used Bucky.
Yeah.
It just there were some S.H.I.E.L.D. agents present probably during some of the stuff, but they're making it look like the Russians been using it.
Yeah, it didn't make it look like Russians.
That's why it's called, the Winter Soldier.
Yeah. Oh, is that why they call it the Winter Soldier?
Maybe the Russians were using him too.
Well, because they're part of Hydra, right?
No, probably the Russian branch of Hydra.
Oh, okay. That's the Russian branch.
Well, they probably like, okay, Hydra was busted off or almost destroyed
in Europe. Yeah.
So part of Hydra made its way into S.H.I.E.L.D. and got funding to build those. So I'm sure part of it got Bucky probably used Soviet Union funding to build its weapons.
But Ghost.
Because we learned later that Bucky was fighting throughout the 50s and stuff, fighting American agents and stuff.
So Ghost is just is she U.S.? I don't know. It's hard to say.
No, she's good. She's part of S.H.I.E.L.D. So I mean, I'm gonna say U.S.
Well, no, you're right. It's once they disbanded S.H.I.E.L.D. and then she got nowhere to go.
Yeah, she had nowhere to go, and that's when the doctor picked her up. Morbius picked her up.
Yeah, Morpheus. You say Mobius.
Morpheus. Because I picked it up for you. You used to say Morbius all the time.
I know. Mobius, I like to say.
Morbius. Okay, yeah. Morbius. Because it sounds kind of luxurious.
Yeah. Morpheus from the Matrix. All right.
Well, Laurence Fishburne's character.
Laurence Fishburne, Foster. Bill Foster.
Yeah, Bill Foster picks her up and has been helping her out.
Yes. But we don't know that at this point.
Yeah, we don't know that. But anyways, they fight the ghost. And did she? I guess she did get the energy deal, right?
She did because she attacked Hank Pym.
Energy deal, and she stole the building.
Yes.
Because she was choking
Hank, right, in a way, with his heart.
Yeah, beyond Darth Vader's way.
Yeah, because that's the whole reason why they even met up with Foster, to see if he has any ideas of how to find the energy or the building.
Yeah. Well, the only reason he met up with Foster is, also because he doesn't have very many friends.
No.
He doesn't have very many enemies either, because he doesn't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they steal the deal, and of course, this is a scene to me was kind of. It was funny, but you didn't need this scene.
See, I thought that too. When they went up to the university, right? Like with the
not the university. Because the next scene is they're like, "Oh, we need a place to regroup," and they're like, "Well, let's go to my house." Oh. And then, "Well, we can't go to your house, guy." He goes, "Oh, I got another place." So they go to the ex-con deal. They didn't really need to be. This scene didn't need to be. They didn't have to go here.
They didn't have to go here.
So all they do is they go sit in those 2 chairs, and then they go do something else.
And then they have some silly.
They didn't have any input. The only thing I love about this scene is the guy that plays the Russian guy.
Yeah.
What does it call it?
Well, he talk about the fancy pastries.
Yeah, they talk about a lot of stuff. And he's like, you need to eat the oatmeal package.
Yeah, okay, it tastes like sand.
Rock would break your teeth. He's like, just put honey in it. Put a cinnamon in it. Come on, get creative.
They talk about his desk when they were supposed to talk about something super important.
Yeah, of course he acts like he's on Hope's side again.
Yeah.
Of course, then they talk about ghosts. Well, he does his deal where he goes, "Oh, I heard about you, and this ghost goes through walls and blah blah blah." He goes through his little spill.
Yeah, is that Baba Yaga? Do you know what that is?
Yeah, Bobby. I know what it is now.
Oh, okay, because I had to look that up.
I like to say Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga. It's a witch.
I know he's like a witch. I like it when later on in the movie where he sees him, he goes, "Oh, Bobby Yogi." He goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, go to
Oh,
sleep,
you
go
know
to
that
sleep."
part the first time I saw it, right? Oh, I got freaked out.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, because I wasn't expecting that, right? When
Okay.
Louis
Yeah.
was talking about the story, like, oh, he's in the woods, and she just popped out. The woods, everybody jumped.
Oh, I wish I would have saw that. I
But
didn't jump. You know,
no,
I
like,
mean, maybe
no, I'm talking about everybody in that scene jumped.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
everybody in the
everybody in the
scene.
jump. I was like, whoa,
Man,
what
I
just
would have loved to
happened?
see. I wonder if everybody in the theater jumped. That would have been
Oh,
cool.
yeah, see, that was what I was thinking too. Like, did everybody jump in the theater?
I don't remember it being that big a reaction. But anyways, this scene is not that needed. But they
No.
go on their way to the
To the
university.
university. Hey, you know what's really
Cool.
funny? I thought they made fun of Captain America. Because, you know, Captain
Oh
America's disguise is just a baseball hat and sunglasses.
yeah,
And that's
and then they have
exactly what they did.
because I like it when they say, "Oh, we got these disguises," and Scott's like, "Hank."
We look like ourselves at a
We
baseball
look
game.
like, yeah, ourselves going to a baseball game. Yeah, come on, a baseball cap and sunglasses. And of course, in a way, it's because you remember they go in that room and Bill Foster's giving a speech. He looks up, he immediately
Yeah,
knows who
we're
it is.
going to recognize him immediately.
Of course, they go in the office, and this is where we learn that he worked, because this is where they say it. He's sitting on the chair. Scott's talking to him. He goes, "Yeah," he goes, "Used to work with, you know, Hank." He goes, "But we had a falling out because this guy's such a jerk to work
Yes.
with." And we already know that he is a jerk from the first movie.
Yeah, he is a jerk. He's hard to work
Run
with.
everybody off. And this guy's like, "I was a real close caller." And then we learn when they're working for Shield, there was a Goliath program.
Oh, that's what the Goliath
And
program.
remember, and they asked him, "So how many feet you go?" He was like, "I got like
20 something, yeah.
He said, "I did 63."
Yeah.
Of course, Hope's like, "Okay, quit talking about your sons."
And then Scott have another funny line like, do you guys just put the word quantum in front of everything?
Wouldn't it be cool if he becomes Goliath?
Who, Bill Foster?
Yes.
What? Explain to me who Goliath is.
Oh, he's just a guy that turns big.
Oh, that's it? Okay.
Yeah, Goliath was actually Henry Pym, who has been almost all kinds of superheroes. He's named it because Henry Pym was Ant-Man first, and then he became like I can't remember if he became Giant Man, but let's put it this way: he was Giant Man, Goliath, Yellow Jacket. I forgot all the characters. He's been so many people.
So Marvel just trying to touch on that all a bit.
Yeah, and I think he has a brother in the stories. The Grim Reaper. No, that's not him. Somehow he's connected to Wonder Man. And Wonder Man has a brother that's the Grim Reaper.
Whoa.
We haven't seen Wonder Man because actually they're going to do the Wonder Man.
Are they?
His name. Castle. Remember the TV show Castle?
Yeah. Oh, Nathan Fillion, right?
Nathan Fillion. I don't know if they had him dress up or what. It was for, I think they're supposed to have, they made posters with him as the Wonder Man.
Really?
And it was the director of,
it's Joss Whedon.
No, it wasn't Joss Whedon. It had nothing to do with this at all.
Because Joss Whedon likes Nathan Fillion. You know, he puts him a whole
did
bunch
it?
of
Well, maybe
stuff.
it was. I thought it was the director of Guardians of the Galaxy is the one.
Oh, James Gunn?
I think James Gunn had it, and they didn't film it or cut it or something.
Oh, I just type in Nathan Fillion Wonder, and it's not Wonder Man. Let me see what this is about.
I wonder if they ever actually made stuff.
Whoa, there's pictures and stuff.
Are you seeing this? I want to see this.
It just
read about it.
He looks like a caveman, right? Is that what Wonder Man looks like?
No,
Wonder Man in Guardians Volume 2.
He's supposed to wear a black suit with a red band on it, and his eyes are red. And he's an actor that gets superpowers, and he still keeps acting.
Oh.
I was going to think in Janet Van Dyne.
Yeah.
In comic books, she's also a fashion designer, and I think she may have been like an actress or something. She does a lot of other stuff.
Huh.
Oh, by the way, she also hooked up with Tony Stark.
Oh, she does?
Everybody hooks up with Tony Stark. He's like the Bruce Wayne of
the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, because I don't know if you know this. Bruce Wayne gets around too.
Yes. Oh,
Lois
definitely.
Lane. I wouldn't mess with a guy who could burn a hole in your girlfriend, but Bruce Wayne will.
Well, so the pacing for this movie was also good too, because there's like, you know, they fight ghosts, she takes the building, and that's why they see Bill Foster.
I feel a little longer than it should be to me.
Well, you mentioned that scene earlier when they had the ex-con thing. They didn't really
Yeah,
need that.
to me, that's like the halfway part. And it starts to pick up speed, but
Yeah.
to the point, it's like, oh, I already got like a movie. Now I'm getting the rest of a movie.
Yes. Because it brings them to the part of like, oh, it turns out Scott didn't even destroy the old suit.
But if you're going to say like the they didn't really need to go to the college, in a way you're right, because basically they go to the college, and all the college was established they don't like each other.
Yeah, they don't like each other, and who also showed up.
It's when they start to walk off, and then it's when he goes, "Oh, why don't you just do something real simple that they should have known."
Hey, why do you think Wu showed up at a university? What was he doing?
The police campus security noticed.
Oh, notice they thought they saw him.
Yeah, thought they saw. No, they didn't think they saw Scott, because remember he goes, "Oh, if they saw you, Scott, they'd be at your house."
Yeah.
Because he looked at the cam with the ant playing the drums. He goes, "What are you, 15?"
Yeah, what are you, 15?
Let me tell you something. That drum set, I've never played drums. That looks like so much fun.
It looks like Rock Band, like from.
Oh, it looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I kind of want to get one now.
What are you, 15? I find it so funny.
But basically, the whole thing was just established they don't like each other, and all you had to do was use your old suit.
Yep. To find
Yeah, and so they get in the van, and they're like, "Oh, so we need an old suit." And what's Scott do? I could help you.
Yeah, I could tell. Yeah, like I guess in a way he wanted to keep it, right?
I don't know. I mean, I wonder if it was just so much has happened that he couldn't.
He couldn't give it back to them.
He didn't give it back to him because they were pretty upset because Scott's kind of selfish. I guess it's kind of.
Yeah.
He's selfish. Okay, he's a selfish person. I mean, he means well.
He does.
He's a great guy. He's like one of those friends you got that they let you down, but they always make up.
Yeah, that's why he fought alongside Captain America.
Yeah, I mean, but he's one of those people that when you need him, sometimes they let you down, but then when you actually truly need him, boom, you're there. Yeah.
Oh, it shows that in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they gotta have a character like that. I mean, come on. It's because all the other superheroes, some of them are really way out there.
Yeah.
Some are just really stiff. I'm not saying who, Doctor Strange. I mean, because Iron Man's kind of just... Because Iron Man's it's not like that. I mean,
no.
He's a genius, and he does some things, but he's not... Oh, he's very reliable, too. So.
Yeah.
But Scott, sometimes you just can't be like, oh, this guy. And I think that's what makes him interesting.
That's so funny, you're right.
But he's got a suit, and so, of course, they got to go to the school to get the suit.
Yeah, the trophy, yeah.
Trophy. So, of course, we see the scene where the regulator's not working.
Oh, I like that, the regulator's not working.
Did we see the regulator not working earlier in this movie? I don't think it did.
No, so what happens is when he told that story. Remember when he told the story in the beginning, his regulator didn't work again. Okay. So his regulator never really truly worked 100%. Because when it messed up, right? Scott, how long have you been working on this thing? It feels like a long time.
Well, no, we gotta remember the suit though. The suit he's in though is a prototype.
Again, the prototype.
It's an improved suit, and they don't use the same regulator as you saw in the first Ant-Man suits.
Yes.
They've already mentioned this, and this suit is a work in progress.
Oh.
He told him that in the van before he gives him the suit that he could have problems.
So Hank Pym and Tony Stark is almost like the same thing. Let's just put the suits on before we really fully test it.
In a way, yes, I'd say they are.
They both did the same thing.
Actually, in the comic books, they are. They're kind of like rivals.
Yeah.
And in this movie, they are actually rivals. Well, the Stark family.
Yeah.
Because never can trust the Stark.
Yeah, never trust the Stark. Yep. Who are you again?
So the suit's not completely working. So he looks like a child.
He does, or even smaller than a child.
Yeah, he was a little small, especially when the hall monitor sees him.
Yes.
It's like, of course, the hall monitor is not going to chase you.
I was going to say, when he was wearing that thing, I was like, in real life, is he wearing a double, triple XL to sell the scene? This is the technology we needed back in the Lord of the Ring days, or 20 years ago.
Oh, really?
Because Elijah Wood plays the shoot, what the hell are they? I completely forgot what they are now.
Bobo Baggins, who is those people? Oh, Hobbit.
Hobbits, yes, thank you. Oh my gosh, man, I'm gonna get my butt kicked for this.
Hobbit.
If my wife listens, she's like, "You forgot about your Lord of the Rings?"
Oh my god, that's okay. I forget about everything.
It's just age, man.
I mean, come on. Or Jawas.
Jawas.
I mean, I would hire a bunch of Jawas to play those guys, but
Yes. No, yeah. So the regulator doesn't work. Either turn itself really big or really small.
yeah, because we see them turn big, but they get the trophy. They find a little suit. They get out and they locate
The
the
building.
building.
Yep.
And of course, the building's at her lair.
Yeah, her layer, like some kind of old
Weird.
warehouse,
Come on,
right?
did you see the house out there? I was like, what? Kind of like an A-frame house right out in the middle of the woods with a bunch of glass. It's a nice little house, by the way. And I like it. They go in there and they're going to steal it. She apparently has to go in a chamber because we see what she looks like now.
Yes. She's really pretty, actually. Have you seen this actress? Like, wow, she's really pretty.
The only problem with her, I was like, is why does she have an English accent?
I don't know. Oh, wait, before we go there, right? Like, right before they broke in, Hope talks to Scott about, like, if he asked her help for her help in Civil War. She said he wouldn't have been caught. Like, man, I don't know. Because she wasn't there, right? Like, the situation. Because everybody in Civil War, they basically knew, like, dude, some of us are not going to make it, man. Captain America needs to go.
Yeah, well, hey, she's a very. I guess the scene is this: she is extremely confident in her skills.
Yeah, she's very confident. Yes.
She may be a little overly confident because she gets her butt kicked by Ghost. Because they go over the house, steal the building, and they get knocked out.
Yes.
And of course, they're all prisoners now. Of course, Ghost is kind of friendly at first, and then she turns really mean.
Yeah.
She's like, "Hi." I mean, come on. If somebody just appears and goes, "Hi," I'd be like, "Oh my God, what are you?"
There was also a scene that, well, I don't know if it's needed. You judge when they get the phone call. When Scott gets the phone call from Cassie saying it's 911 emergency, and all she needed was just, where are my soccer shoes?
They're no soccer shoes.
But it actually go with a scene where like they all go back home though.
Yeah, well, I think the thing is, I mean, come on, it's all real. Also, because I mean, they're all real serious all of a sudden, all serious.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden the phone starts ringing. It's quack.
With Bill Foster, with Laurence Fishburne's character, you know, I haven't seen him like
also,
that.
It's supposed to establish this to show you how far Ghost is going to go. Because
Yes.
they get the stuff escape. Remember, Bill? Well, I like the scene when Bill comes in, and of course,
Was that surprising to you that he was working with her?
actually, it was. I mean, I guess it's something you should have known.
But I didn't though. It was surprise to me the first time.
Yeah,
like,
I was
whoa.
surprised when he walked in. Because I think the same thing Scott did. Because I liked what he says. He goes, "Oh, you're with her?
Yeah.
Oh man, I thought you were cool." Yeah, I mean, just by watching a movie, you know, characters that show up and have a speaking spot usually come back.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way they're going to show Laurence Fishburne.
And it makes sense too. Yeah, like yeah.
Sense. And that's probably the house we paid for.
He paid for it, and also he's
actually a nice
he's a nice guy. He's one of the person that would know how to fix his problem.
Yeah, he's not a villain at all in the movie.
Oh, I don't think he's a villain at all.
I mean, he's standing on the wrong side at the moment, and she's not really a villain either.
She's not. He basically just want to help her out.
But she's done a lot of crap. She's basically the Bucky of this movie.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, she's the Bucky of this movie.
Yes.
She's the person that Shield used and abused. And of course they kind of blame it. Oh, this is a demon that Pym created, but actually it's not.
It's not, right? I feel like it's her father. They just blame it on Pym.
Her father blamed it on him and made up another story.
Yep.
Because I mean, we really know that a lot of people are stealing crap from Pym.
Yeah.
And this guy built this thing in another place that shouldn't have. Which he built it. Here's the thing I don't understand. He sounded American. He built it in Argentina, but his daughter has a British accent.
Maybe that's what they speak, you know? I don't know.
Or maybe the mom was very British, extremely British.
Yeah, it's a British mom. Yes, there you go. That's the way to explain it.
And it never went away in all the years that she grew up in America.
Yeah. Yes.
But we don't know where she was trained and kept. She may have been kept in Britain. Who knows?
There you go. You just solved your own thing.
Well, anyways, we know that we hear her story. That the dad was a name. I forgot what his character's name, but it doesn't really matter.
No.
He took the technology, and supposedly he was fired and discredited, but I'm sure he was discredited because he was, I mean, come on. Kids are used to see their parents in a better light anyway.
Yes.
Even when they do something wrong. And apparently this guy probably really stole this tank. Blew up, and it threw her in a quantum state of, you know, it's almost like she's having a transporter accident constantly over and over and over. Because blowing up her cells and then putting them back. Blowing
Yep.
up. It's like the transporter. Pulls your cells apart, sends it somewhere else, puts you back together.
I never seen the transporter.
Oh, well, you don't watch Star Trek. You actually did. I mean, even in J.J. Abrams' Transporters.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Transporter the movie.
Oh, no. Come on.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a car movie.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not like she got a BMW or anything.
Oh, okay, yeah. I never seen the Transporter either.
Yeah, as a transporter, I was talking about the transporter technology.
Yeah, in science, yeah.
Transporter technology or science.
I got that now.
Yeah, it's just tearing her apart and putting her cells back together. And plus, she's phasing.
Yep.
But she must be phasing her deal. Because, I mean, it's maybe like, hey, I thought it was going to go here. So part of it goes over here, part of it goes over here.
It feels like those twins from The Matrix. So it's like that character from those twins.
She could. Nah, I don't like this one.
You don't like The Matrix?
I don't understand. I don't like the Matrix. I actually do like the Matrix.
Oh, okay. Oh, The Matrix, the first one, yeah.
Yes.
I was talking about Reloaded.
I don't know what that other stuff was.
It's trying too hard. That's what it was.
Trying too hard.
Trying too hard.
Or it's hey, we already made a buttload of money.
Yep.
They say they want 2 more movies. I don't really want to do them.
I don't want to do it, but let's do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise they won't let us do anything else.
I mean, in a way, it was almost kind of like
business works, you know.
Yeah. It was kind of like a Spider-Man 3 type thing.
Yeah, like I don't want to put Venom, but if I don't put Venom, I can't do my 4, 5, and 6.
Which I'm thinking, dude, just suck it up.
He
didn't do. You know why he didn't do 4 or 5? Because he decided not to do a good job.
Yeah.
He could have did a good job.
I know he would. This is the way the business is, man. If you don't do what the studio say, hey, you know what? We don't think we want you to do the rest of the Spider-Man movies. What do you think about that? Oh, sucks. Now I gotta do this. You know how this is. It's still like that, and that's why I'm gonna go on your side now. That's why DC had never have a good one, because they're just like, hey, we want you to show this. Well, that's not what the fans want to see. Right, but you know what? This is what we want you to do. Either you do it or you don't.
I don't know. I don't want to go with that because I don't really care what the fans want to see because I mean the fans try to petition what they wanted to see, and we got that turd of a movie called Justice League. I haven't seen the new Justice League. It's probably good now, but I mean, come on. Don't make Batman so God. Don't make Batman so God.
I still haven't seen it.
I'm like, let your parents get killed and you tell me if you're dark or not.
Yeah. Yeah, everything's going to be
Batman
cool.
is dark. Okay, get over it.
If you're stuck in the 60s Batman, that's not how Batman's supposed to be, okay?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what happened to Adam West's parents, but for Bruce Wayne's parents,
they were gunned down in an alley, right in front of his face.
Crime Alley, and he was the best Batman after he got dark.
Yes.
Like that movie Get Hard.
Yes. Yeah. What were we?
Well, they got their building back. They got the power capsule, and they took off. And of course, this is where we see how dark Ghost is, because Ghost is like,
Ghost wants that building really bad. Yes.
Ghost goes, I'll just go get Lane's kid.
Yep.
And that's when we see Bill's like, hey, if you do that,
I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out of it because he has a limit.
Yes.
All he wants to do is help her. That's all he wants to do. He's not willing to do anything to do it. I mean, he's not going to be a villain to do this.
No.
You know, we see other characters where they're desperate and then they do something.
Well, yeah, you're right. And Ghost is desperate.
Yeah, she's desperate, but he's not.
He's not. He truly wants to help her. He truly wants to help Eva.
Well, he's a hero.
Yeah.
He's what a hero. That's what I'm saying. This guy needs to put on the glasses and be Goliath.
Yep. Yeah, he just want to help her.
I want to see Goliath.
You know what? So who is the bad guy in this movie?
Really, nobody.
There's not really there's no antagonist, right? It's just people who get in their way.
The antagonist is Ghost, but there's not really a villain. This is just a story, just kind of a story that's set in the movie theater to get you from one end to another one. Like I said, it's mainly filler until you get to Endgame.
It is a filler.
It is a filler.
It just brings you to like, okay, Ant-Man was there the whole time with Civil War. What happened to him? Like during the snap.
And the only reason because he's got the quantum, and they have to have this quantum technology, like you said. They had to have it to tell us about it, so we know so it makes a good story in Endgame.
Yes.
Basically, this is our road to Endgame movie.
It is the technology we need in Endgame movie.
Yeah, it's the MacGuffin we need for Endgame.
Oh, I love that. I love every time you use the MacGuffin. Yes.
You love the MacGuffin. And I mean,
Love it.
I can't say this is a heist movie though, because it's back and forth. It's like a.
It
it's
is.
Like a football. It's kind of like a. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a heist game. It's more like a football game.
It is. It's a football game. They got the ball. Now we got to get it back.
Or maybe we should do a shell game.
Oh, okay, yes.
Because it's magical. Watch it, because the building and the technology is constantly changing hands.
Yeah.
If anybody's really a villain, was it Sonny? Is that what his name was?
Yes, Sonny. But he's just like a roll bump too in a way.
Yeah, he's just in the way. Yeah, he's just another bump in the road.
I mean, like if even if he wasn't in a movie, right? Oh, it's like the Indiana Jones thing. Would that still been the same? Ghost would still have to try to get that building anyway.
Yeah, well, Ghost has that going. That's her life depends on it.
But then we would miss the Agent Wu character.
Yeah.
At the end.
And I mean, the only reason he made it again was because.
Because Sonny knows somebody corrupted in the FBI.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But because that's what we go to the scene where they got the building and they put it up in the place.
Yeah, and then we find out that they just wanted to get Janet out, and then also at the same time they figure out they should put an antenna in Scott's head.
Yeah, well, we figured that out. Yeah, because they start the machine again.
Yeah,
they're gonna see if Scott starts to react. And of course, he did a good job. Oh,
he did a good job. It's so weird.
It was weird because it was like you were not watching Paul Rudd at all.
No, we're not watching Paul Rudd. He's like a different character, totally. Like, oh my god! And then when she came out, he acted exactly like how Janet would do. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, you're thinking this is because I mean, and it was so good. I mean, even the way he talks, he looks.
Yeah, the way that he does the move, like.
I'm like, this guy's a better actor than most people probably give him.
Oh, I know. It's because people see Paul Rudd as.
It's the roles he picked.
It is.
Well, I mean, come on, the guy's probably never going to be an Oscar winner. But,
yeah, I don't know yet though, but he is good though.
Who wants that? I just want to entertain him. I just want somebody to entertain.
I don't know how many people how long you've been in the business, but I guess that's something that they want. Like instead of being a manager, right? Well, what's my actor's next level? Is it this character? Is it that character? But then it's these characters that they play, right? That it gets them that award, but they didn't even think about.
No, I mean he already made it to the next level. I mean, come on, this is like 5 or 20. This is 30,000 levels above Clueless. Okay.
Or this is 40, or Knocked Up. Yeah. Because he was in Knocked Up.
Okay, yeah. Nobody remembers that movie.
The 40-year-old virgin?
No, we kind of remember that movie.
No. But you're right.
That's
we haven't seen Janet that much, right? The only thing that we seen her was in the beginning of the movie. How she calls her daughter Jelly Bean.
That's the only reason we know who she is.
Yep. But he acted like a completely different person. I was like, what the heck is going on here? Then you realize.
But he does all the computer work to get to where they need.
Yes.
And gives them the credits, and then boom. I can't remember anything. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, like, hold up here. And then he was holding his hand.
He kind of gives her that funny look. And of course, then Lewis calls.
Louise calls, yeah.
Louise calls him, and of course he tells Louise where he's at so they can get this other job
done, yeah.
Which is kind of not important because I mean,
it's important in a way where because that's how everybody knew where they were.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the problem. It's just this is the point that establishes how Scott is. His priorities aren't.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, his priorities.
I mean, the business is.
If you think about it, because helping Janet, right? That's not really his main goal.
Yeah,
it's getting his life back together.
Yeah, he's worried about his life, but I'm thinking, like they said, if they don't get Janet now, they'll never find her again for another 1,000 years, 100 years or something. Because I'm thinking everything probably moves. It's probably like space,
Oh, the timeline, yes.
You got to hit your planets. You got to hit planets at a certain time, or they're too far out.
So they give themselves a time limit in this movie, yes.
Yeah, there's a time that they got to go to get her, and of course, he puts his own stuff. Well, I mean, he's trying to take care of his friends too.
Yes.
But he probably should have.
Well, his friends, family, his daughter.
Yeah. Well, basically, it was him. Yeah.
Yeah, it's him.
Ultimately, it was him. So he tells Lewis, and of course.
That's when Sunny comes in.
That's when he sees. Oh, and it's so cool
because hold on. I want to talk about this because I'm naming this episode this thing. because like when he's like, hey, I'll come back. You know, you guys work on that, but you guys wash the van for tomorrow's, right? Like, yeah, man, straight to the undercarriage. Like, dude, why would you get the undercarriage?
And of course, that's when Sonny turns around.
Sonny comes
Everybody
in,
knows that's a scam. He goes, for our sister states way up north, it's got to wash the salt off.
Yes.
Like,
And he's like, who are you and why do you know so much about Car Wash Protocol? I find that line really funny. I had to rewind just to watch it 3 more times.
One of the lines I find the funniest in this movie is remember when they leave the school and Scott climbs up in the van and sits there, and then of course Henry's like, he goes, would you like a juice box and some string cheese?
Do you
I sits there for a little bit and goes, do you really have that? Let me tell you, I would take a juice box and some string cheese.
You know what? Michael Douglas is pretty funny in this movie too. There's several times when Scott and Hope had a moment, and he says something right after that. Hey, if you guys are done looking at each other, I would like to get going now.
You know, Michael Douglas is a good actor. Anyway,
oh, he's already a good actor since the 80s.
He's an actor that could carry a movie. So.
Yeah. It's just so funny to see him. It's kind of like Leslie Nielsen, right? Like see him in Naked Gun. Because Michael Douglas has been in a serious movie for so long.
Like the two hugest stars in this movie is Michelle Pfeiffer and Michael Douglas and Laurence Fishburne.
Yes.
I mean, come on, and that's what we've been talking about. Almost every movie, you have your core characters, which are characters that Marvel's gathered together, that you may know somehow, but never been that famous. And then, of course, they add famous actors.
The supporting characters are super famous.
Yeah, the supporting characters are always like Oscar winners or Oscar-nominated characters.
Yeah.
Or somebody that you know and love in other movies.
Yep. It's kind of like the Thor. Like we have Russell Crowe.
Be a supporting character in one of these movies.
Oh man.
Yeah, I can get Bill Murray.
No, that would be awesome. Before
What would he be in? But hey,
hopefully be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because he's a huge 80s actor.
There's too many though. We're finding too many. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy is getting everybody.
I know, that's the great thing, right?
What have been some other movies?
Like in Multiverse of Madness.
The best part, because my favorite deal in this movie though, the most funniest scene in here is, so you're gonna give me true serum?
Yeah, the true serum. If it smells like true serum and looks like true serum, like it's not true serum.
If it walks like a duck, smells like a duck. Most people true serum.
So about the true serum, right? I think they're right. We just call it that. Like common people just call it true serum, right?
Well,
it's just some kind of chemicals mixed together.
But like they said, it's true serum.
Yeah, it's true serum. It's just true serum.
I don't care if you're drinking a whole bunch of alcohol and you start telling your life story. True serum. You just drank a whole bunch of true serum.
He's like, hey, man, I have allergies, okay?
That guy keeps getting really upset. They're like, he's been developing this almost most of his life. And they're like, it's true serum. He's like, it's not true serum. Even the other guy jumps in there, it's not true serum.
Oh, it's so funny. Okay, he's like, yeah, it's not true serum.
I didn't like it. He goes, so, where's Scott Lang?
Oh yeah, it's like, well, that's a tricky question, And then that's when Lewis goes to his whole spiel again, and they made it longer this time. And plus another scene that had nothing to do with this one about his grandmother.
Oh yeah, they don't like it. Then he interrupts him. He goes, "I'm getting there."
Yeah,
then he goes back to the store.
Yeah, he talked about the juke. Oh, that's when the jukebox brought him to another story. You're like, dude, you put the dime in, you gotta let the whole song play.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the story because he's telling him. Because then he's saying, "Oh yeah," he goes, "Chicano's gotta listen to this because it's really deep."
Yeah, because his grandma loves it. Yeah.
What was the singer? Morrissey? Was that who it was?
I can't remember.
I can't remember what it was either. I remember singing somebody because that's all the music that was.
Yeah, it's just one guy. Yeah, it's just so funny. His grandmother, like, if you don't like it, like guy mucho, no, and then they just goes back. They went off somewhere like we did with this song, and they just came right back to the story, like, and then they even make so much more characters talk like Louise. Hey, but you know what? I'm Scott. We're gonna be best buds.
Yeah,
they even make Hope.
Yeah, he does Hope's. He did a voice because everybody does that, and everybody's making their faces like him.
And it's I can't believe you spit like that, man. For sure. I know it did. I know. I don't want to mention this, but I gotta go trash an airport with Captain America. I'm like a total into you, right? Dude, this is so funny. Gosh.
Oh, it's pretty good.
It is pretty good.
Of course, they make him tell him, and of course he does, and that's when Ghost pops out.
Yes. I like that too. Like the Sunny guy got mad. Like, okay, that's where he is emotionally. Where is he physically? I feel like they should just ask him that in the first place. You want the truth to him, right?
Yeah. I mean, come on. You got to get the grasp of the English language if you want to get the right answers.
Oh, the woods. The woods. And then that's when Ghost pop up and she's like, where's the Swiftling in the woods? And he had the address and everything.
Yeah. And of course, that's when Sony goes outside. Of course, his tires are slashed.
Yeah.
But that's when we learn who his person in the FBI that he talks about.
Oh, yeah.
His neighbor calls up, hey, you want a promotion?
Yeah, just a lower level guy.
Yeah, he's got a little snitch in the FBI.
Yes. Just like The Departed.
So, yes, just like The Departed. So the FBI gets all his agents and they're supposed to head out there, and of course Lewis calls
Scott to let him know.
Yeah, and of course Lane's got to tell him, you're gonna be mad at me.
Oh, I know, because like they just figured out the equation how to get Janet, right? And then they just stop.
To get her out. Yeah, they were gonna go get her out then. And he's like, I'm sorry, got shut down. We gotta run. And of course, he's like, I'm gonna take the suit. I'm gonna borrow this. Just get out.
We'll just come for the suit, okay?
Yeah, just get out. We don't want to see you.
Yeah.
So of course, we see. Was it Wu shows up at the park?
Well, I love that part because
he shows up first.
They show up first, yeah.
Yeah, they just got keys and just come in his house. They're walking around. Of course, the ex-husband or the ex's husband.
Yeah.
The plants are all torn up.
Yeah, all torn up. He's like, what the
heck? There may have been more to that because I'm thinking this guy already knows it's the ant because they own that big giant ant.
They did, yes.
But it already cuts to the daughter going upstairs and she sees the ant in the bathtub.
Yep, and she she didn't freak out,
Of course, I don't think she knew that the dad was there yet.
No,
so
she didn't.
Kind of tries to block Wu from going up the stairs.
So the conversation between Cassie and Wu is great. It's like, no, Daddy's really sick. He threw up a lot. And little girl, I'm an FBI agent. I've seen worse, but is it a lot? A lot.
Yeah, so then he pushes his way up there. As soon as he gets up there and opens that door,
Scott is there.
The door. Scott, boom.
And he looked like he was sick too.
Yeah, he already knew because he already knew what the deal was. So
yes.
He probably flew or he walked past him going up the stairs. Little for him. So he already knows what's going on in the house and where everybody's at.
So
went past Wu and Cassie and got up in the bathroom and put all his stuff on.
And he was sick.
How quick they changed into their suits in this movie.
I know. It's something that they had to put on like a motorcycle uniform, like a.
They're just constantly changing clothes in this deal, but you never see it. I'm like, are you going down the alley like Peter Parker, who's in a backpack?
No, it's right because like you remember when Hope and Hank was in the FBI, negotiate or whatever interrogation room, right? He gave her the suit, and before you know it, she's already dressed. And so is Michael Douglas. All he had to put a jacket and his disguise.
Like, but I guess it's one of those getting dressed in a costume. It's kind of like asking if where people go to the bathroom on Star Trek. I mean, you never see it, and it's not important.
It's not important. You're right. Well, we forgot that scene about right before that happens. Cassie talks to Scott about helping people.
Yeah, well, after all this, and they get everybody out of the house, he thanks her for just sitting up, and then she's like, "Hey, I want to be your."
I want to be your partner. Yep.
He's like, "Okay, well, you can't. I'd be a bad dad."
Yeah, he was right though. I like that conversation.
And she pretty much gets into the pep talk. You need to go save your friends now.
Yep. That's what I would do. Yeah, save your friends. Hope is
he's like, oh yeah, he's like, I did all this for you, and she's like, don't worry about that. I want you to be a hero.
Yeah, I'd be a hero.
Boom.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because you asked him how long have you been Ant-Man again?
Yeah, and he's not long. But.
Yeah.
So what was it? The next was the scene where because they shrink the building down.
Oh, they get captured.
I'm like, do you really need that many cops? Did you see that there was cops all the way?
Well, if you think about it, because they just know he had the technology, right? That's all the information they know. They don't know if they're going to use it against them.
Well, like a bunch of sissies to me.
Yeah, it's pretty much sissies. Yes.
I mean, come on. They had all their army gear on. Like, what kind of police are you?
Because they don't know what they're dealing with.
They shrink buildings. There's 2 people. Okay, well, anyways, they capture him, put him in the car, and Ghost appears.
Oh, and then she kills that FBI guy. That kid.
And takes the building. And, of course, Pym and Hope hear about it. And then they're in the police station.
Yep. They didn't know what to do.
The FBI is, of course, a jerk.
Yeah. Like, oh, you have someplace else to be?
So what do they decide? They're going to knock down a wall that may knock the whole building down.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's their plan. And, of course, boom, her suit shows up.
Yep.
And, of course, they see all the ants crawling around. So Scott's pretty much saved them the same way they broke him out.
Without Hope, how Michael Douglas got him out the first time, or Hank.
Yeah, he got him in the first movie. He blocks the camera with all the ants and does all the ant deal. And, of course, he gives them the FBI gear, so he walks right on out there.
Yep.
They jump in their van and boogie loo.
Oh, and this towards the end of the movie when Scott was coming up with a plan, well, we'll call that 2A. And that's when Michael Douglas, because they were just gonna thought it was just Hope and Scott trying to do all of this. And then that's when Michael Douglas or Hank decides, you're like, you know what, I'm gonna go in because the best chance is you two are out here, making sure everything is okay.
Yeah, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think originally they probably planned on Ant-Man and probably the Wasp going in there.
Yep.
Probably, but instead it's Pym goes in to save his wife.
I know he got suited up, so there's 2 Ant-Mans now.
And the thing is, though, this is where they go and they find the building, and they got to get Lewis to help them out. Now.
Yes.
And they're going to make a diversion.
Yes, with Ghost, yeah.
Where they get the Ghost to come out, and of course Pym gets in the building. He finds Bill. And Bill, and that's when Bill's already changed his mind because we see that scene where Bill's like, we're gonna help get Janet out, and then we'll work with her and we'll help you.
Yeah, once I come out, we'll solve that problem.
Ghost is like, I don't care, I'm gonna kill her just to get my stuff.
Yeah.
So of course they get him out. Pym jumps in, shoots through the time tunnel. Goes into the microwave.
Yes, the microwave.
He's floating through the deal, and that's when he sees those. What do they call them? They have another name for it, but I think the real name's Tarjans or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Those little alien-looking things.
Yeah.
They're actually everywhere. They're actually all over you right now. They're floating in your air. They actually could live in space. Those things are. Well, I don't know if they live in space. I think they can. I think they live in space, but they can live in volcanoes.
Really?
Yes, these things are everywhere. I can't remember when scientists discovered them. They have another name for them.
Oh.
I watched it in Cosmos.
Oh, you did? Hey, tell me about that. I want to watch that show.
Oh, it's such a good show.
Yeah.
And he taught who did the Cosmos?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson. He tells about the story, and he does a good job.
Oh, I know he does.
Makes it such an interesting. I don't know why you haven't seen Cosmos. I almost wish I could just give you my Cosmos.
Shoot.
Man,
it's on Netflix, right?
Oh, I'm sure it is.
It's on something. I will watch it.
I went as soon as it came out. I went down and saw it.
The first time I heard of Neil deGrasse Tyson, he's on Big Bang.
Well, I didn't know. I mean, I saw him on Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, Big Bang Theory, and then he was on Joe Rogan 3 times, right?
Oh, really?
Dude, yeah, I love it.
Do the Joe Rogan thing, but.
Oh, I just listen to Joe Rogan because of people he has on.
Yeah, it sounds like Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
Right. So he passes those and he goes on to the little planet. Of course, they get Ghost out of the building.
Mm-hmm.
And they shrink the building.
Yeah, so he can go in.
Yeah, they shrink the building while they kept him in there. Of course, they got the Dr. Bill out, and then he went on. And they took off with the van. And this is where they're trying to... Why Hank is trying to complete his mission. Yes. They're past the buildings going between all the parts.
Yes.
It goes, and I love it because, they got that truck where they're basically taking out all the cars, and then they're taking out motorcycles. Then that's when you got the fight between Ghost and the Wall.
There's a fight scene with the chase scene and then the Sony.
You get on the truck, and then he turns into Giant-Man. He's using that truck as a little scooter.
Well, before we do that, I like the part where was it Hope and Louise was driving under a car, right? And then they got back into regular size just to get the other car.
Yeah,
I thought that was so cool.
Of course, he's like, "Hey, look at this dirty undercarriage."
Yeah, look at the undercarriage.
Of course, they hit that car and they flipped it over. Oh. Of course, they're doing the deal where it was kind of like the train fight scene in the first movie, where they keep going small and big.
Yes.
And
but on the biggest scale.
The train scene was actually pretty good because oh no, this can hurt me, and it can't. Because we're gonna die. We're gonna die. Yeah. And of course, they wreck the van. And of course, that's when Lewis has the remote. They get the building. They're taking the building away, but he has the remote. So
that's why they shake hands with the football. Yeah. It's like 3 teams.
Of course, the Ghost disappears. They get the building. and it's Sonny.
Sonny.
He's on the ferry.
On the ferry, yep. And that's when Ant-Man
that
just
place we
drove
talked
her.
about. Of course, Ant-Man, he can't get out there, and he has to turn to gigantic.
Yes, Gigantic Man.
Walks all the way out there.
Just to pick on him, yeah.
Yeah, takes the little building from him, knocks him down, and then of course now he's so big it takes so much energy and more oxygen.
Yeah, that's what that was, right?
Yeah, he has a hard time breathing the oxygen because he's got to bring it in. I mean, his lungs are big. It's just the energy, the amount of energy.
That's what Scott meant by in Civil War. Like, I could be big, but I don't know how long I can hold it.
Exactly, because in this movie, remember after he says after big, I slept for 3 days straight.
Yes.
Energy requirements.
Yeah.
Because when they're small, they can take. I mean, the suit must knock the oxygen elements down.
Oh yeah, it's easier to breathe because there's so much more oxygen.
Yeah, it's apparently not making it where they can breathe it in the suits. So of course he passes out. He puts the building down now, passes out, and that's when Wasp has to save him.
Yes.
So she saves him.
God, this movie is so good too. Why would people not watch this? I enjoy this movie a lot.
The ending is the best.
The ending is the best.
Because of course we see Dr. Pym, he's down in the world, and he's like runs out of time, and it starts to mess with his head. So
right before he messed up with his head, he was waiting for his ship to reboot, right? And then those whatever those bug things are start trying to attack him.
Yeah, and then he goes smaller, and then of course he's on a planet, and he runs out of time, and he starts to hallucinate.
Yes.
He sees a dream. Of course, Janet appears and uses some kind of power that she's gained for being in there. For 30 years. She's been here for 30 years. So she
did go some kind of power.
Yeah, she's been pulling, because apparently there's energy all in this world.
Yes.
So she pulls in that energy, and then goes and uses it to fix him.
And she's still wearing the suit the whole time, the Wasp suit.
Yeah, she's wearing, it's kind of wore out, though. Yeah, but she's still got a Wasp suit. It's not near as wore out as they drew it in pictures. It's supposed to have been more.
Oh, okay.
Survive. I don't know what she's been eating down there or breathing, because I'm like, oxygen's not that small. But
didn't they say the time is different when she's down there?
Time's different, but she has aged.
She has aged.
So I don't know, but we know time's different because for 5 years after this movie, Scott's been stuck there and he doesn't age.
No, he didn't age.
So
he said he was down there for only 5 minutes, but when he came out, it was 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you it was more than 5 minutes in a way. So yeah, the time's not. I don't know how the time's working in there because we know that she's aged after being aged. Yeah. Maybe not as old. She probably didn't turn. Maybe it's half time.
Oh, okay. Oh, not as old as Hank. Yeah.
Yeah. So they get in their little ship and they start to head back. And of course, they get the burning. They can't get out until. And we don't see it, but he said, "Well, I got to tell you what's going on out there."
Yes.
What you're about to walk into.
Right, yeah, because it was at the same time Wasp and Ant-Man was fighting ghosts again, right outside the gate. The microwave.
They make the building real big again.
Yes, right on the docks.
And that's when the Doctor and a ghost go in the building. And then she's kind of just, what does she do? Knock him out or something.
Yeah.
And then she plugs in, and while they're coming back in, she starts to somehow suck the power out of her before they can come back in, which is almost killing her.
So they stop that.
Yeah, that's when Ant-Man and them. Yeah, Ant-Man and Wasp get in and they try to stop her. They're fighting in there. And of course, then when the machines come in, remember the Wasp falls on the track and grabs her, turns giant, and shrinks again.
Yes.
And they come through. They beat Ghost down. And of course.
But the fight choreography was really good for an Ant-Man movie, wasn't it?
It's really smooth because, I mean, everything flowed pretty good.
Yeah, it flows great. I'm so glad they didn't do this in the 90s or the 2000s.
I know. There was no, you weren't questioning anything they did.
No.
Because it went really quick. I mean, there was a lot of fighting in a short amount of time, and it went really quick. All shown on the screen. And, of course, Ghost is over here. Janet van Dyne gets out. And then, of course, they're going to beat the crap out of the Ghost, and they stop the Wasp, and then Janet walked over to her.
And she heals her, right?
Yep, heals her.
Like Jesus.
Sure. I'm sure there was electricity coming out of it.
But he touches her face. She touches her face.
He touches her face.
I didn't know what happened.
She used that energy that she had stored up inside the quantum field and put it into her, and put all her cells back together.
That's what's happened. Put all her cells back together.
She's still, because she's been phasing out and stuff.
So you tell me if she would have gone to Wakanda, she would have been all right. I don't know.
They didn't have that technology.
I don't know. Siri will figure out something, right? Like, I don't know.
Siri, I don't know if Siri would have seen anything. She probably would have had a good idea what needed to be done. She probably would have told him, hey, you need to go find Janet Van Dyne inside this deal and pull it out. But you have to think Pym's technology is completely different in another realm from everybody else's.
Oh, okay. So vibranium can fix everything.
Yeah, he's another genius away from Wakanda.
Hey, hold on. During this whole chase fight scene, we forgot to mention Stan Lee.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's been the fight scene on the highway.
Yeah, on the highway. Or the regular road,
The Wasp is throwing out the disc to make things large or big.
Hey, Vic, yep.
Those one on that Hyundai that car he's about to get in. Yep. Shrink.
I love that. It's like, 60 was fun, but I'm paying for it now. It's so great. Like, I know Stanley's not an actor, right? You can tell that he's barely acting there, but that was so funny.
It was simple too.
It was really simple.
It was one of those if you're not paying attention, you're gonna miss it real quick.
Oh yeah, it did.
This was right in the flow of the action scene. Of course, when he turned the giant man, the deal. That's when the family is at home and they see that it shows the news.
Yes.
His ex-wife and the daughter and stuff. Of course, she's smiling because he's doing his job. But on the screen it says Giant Man.
Yeah, he says Giant Man, not Ant-Man.
It says Giant Man. Of course, Wu sees it too. And he's like, crap.
Yep.
He's gonna get down there now. I'm gonna get.
Actually, you know what? Giant Man has the word "ant" in it. Giant Man.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just noticed that. I just picked that up myself.
Well, if you had business cards, you can just write the front.
But with GI in front of the Ant-Man.
Yep. Right in front of the ant.
So so Janet heals Ava, and then I guess everybody just take off. But then before they
put out Ava. Her name's Ava.
Her name's Ava. Yeah.
I think in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., there's this lady named Ava. She's a robot, and she's a villain.
Well,
so,
was she dressed
by the
like
way,
that,
if you ever meet anybody in the MCU world named Ava,
it's just bad. I'm gonna name my daughter Ava, but I can't do Ava Chu. Everybody keeps saying bless you. Ava Chu!
Okay, that's an on-the-spot comedy right there. You can't write things like this.
Ava Chu. I've been thinking about that since my 20s. I can't have any daughters and then name them like Alicia, Brenda, nothing that ends with an A. Chu. Pikachu. No, but we've got to talk about how they apprehended,
Pikachu.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk about how they apprehend the Sunny and his villains.
Oh yeah.
Because they used a true serum on them.
Who were they going to kill?
They were going to kill Louise.
Yeah, they're going to kill Louise.
And then T.I. and the Russian guy got him.
Yeah, they shocked the crap out of him.
Yeah, they shot the crap out of him.
And of course, later on, after the building's down, all the cops are coming around.
Oh, they're like, we apprehend him for you.
Yeah, we apprehended. We did it for you. And of course, those people are like there, and he's like, yes, I'm a villain. I've been doing all this. The next guy's like, oh, yeah, we kill lots of people. And the next one, and he's our
my restaurant, right? I've been,
he's like, yep. He goes, yep, I'm the leader, and I run a restaurant, and we do some stuff that you wouldn't believe. And of course, it goes back to that first guy. He goes, it is true, Sam.
It's true, Sam. That's so funny. I like how they brought that back,
That's cool.
And I do like the thing where they put the Ant-Man suit, like a giant thing.
Yeah, it looks like here's the funny thing. I like how he's against the building. The suit's against the building. It looks like he's hiding.
He's hiding, yeah. Like a stealth game.
Which in a way, it's kind of part of the story because he's hiding because they're playing him.
Yep.
I love that. I love that when Wu goes over there and he's like, okay, Scott, come down from there. I demand.
Yeah, I demand you to shrink.
Yeah. What did he say? He says a lot of cool stuff, but I can't remember some of the lines he said because I remember earlier he goes, "I hate to be a Johnny Ascalon or something."
Yeah, he does. But I don't understand the reference though.
But anyways, the suit falls down. He knows it. He's like, "Oh my God, he played me."
Yep.
Yeah. So they go as fast as they can to Scott's house.
Yep, and then he's already
Scott,
there.
Look at the suit stuff. Yeah, Scott's already there drumming the drum.
Yep.
Of course, they walk up and he goes,
he's like, "Oh, is it my time already?"
Yeah, my 2 years is already up. He goes, "So what's people doing outside? Do people still dance?"
Yeah, it's dancing still a thing.
That's when he does them, and that's when we go back to our line. That's when
yes.
I'll be seeing you.
I'll be seeing you. Like, what? Why?
Why? And of course, Wu's trying to get out of it. He's like, oh, I don't know what to say now.
It's just so awkward, right?
Yeah, it's very awkward. Kind of like he goes, so do you want to go to lunch? He goes, I'm free. So you're probably, isn't that kind of weird? No, I'm not inviting you. I'm not inviting you. I love that. And then we go to, I guess it's a little bit of time must have passed.
A little time has passed, and I think they instead of that big giant office lab building, they made a smaller portable one in the van. Remember?
Well, they must have shrunk it down and stuck it in the back of the van. That way they can move around.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're moving around all over the place.
I don't know either.
I mean, maybe it's okay, never mind. I know why they're moving around still. They're still wanted. Scott's off the book. I bet you, Hope and her father probably still wanted.
Yes.
Because they still have this technology.
That's right. They're still wanted.
Yeah, so they're still wanted. So he's probably driving around the van.
They were using that van that stayed there. Like, they were able to leave with that van, so they kept that.
So they're basically just being even more low-key.
Yeah.
And then I guess maybe the authorities know to look for her building.
Yeah, look for a building.
Because I used to have buildings with my name on it.
Yeah, and now it's in the back of it. Hey, you did want to make it smaller.
Yeah, there's just a roof parking zone.
Yeah. Yeah, they were. I was like, they were on top of a building. Yes.
And so basically, he's gonna go in there with his ant suit.
Is that what they're trying to get, like, Sting to cure people? Is that what they have?
They're probably just gonna use it to study. They don't need to cure anybody.
Oh, it's
they're
a
trying
study.
to just get it. Oh wait, we forgot to go. We gotta go back to Bill and Ghost. We see them the last time. See them
at the alley. Yeah.
He's like telling Bill to leave. She'll make it on her own, and Bill's like, "No, we're gonna work together."
Yeah, I wonder what that's going.
That's what I want. I know. I want to know. Is there going to be a story? Is there going to be heroes? She's going to be a hero? Are they both going to be heroes?
Yeah, because you don't know the character, right?
Here's what I'm thinking. Everybody's saying, "Oh, and the next Ant-Man is going to be Kang." I'm like, is it going to be Kang? Is it really going to be Kang the Conqueror, or is it going to be a surprise villain at the very end, and maybe Bill and the Ghost pop back up?
Well, will she be a villain though?
I don't know. She could be anything now.
Is she even credited in the next movie?
I don't see her as a villain. No, but a lot of times they don't put everything on there.
No, they don't. That's the thing. That's what they're trying to keep.
Usually they tell you what they want. Now, let me put it this way: you never hear really a hero spoiler. You hear what they want you to hear. I mean, isn't it kind of strange that you hear Kang the Conqueror's in it?
It is.
When you think if that would be such a big deal, they'd hide. Plus, Kang the Conqueror seems like he's an Avengers level villain and not an Ant-Man level.
So you kind of like when Daniel just shows up at the end of one of the movies, right?
That's what I'm thinking.
No, you're right. They announced that really quick.
Yeah.
Like you said before, like unless he shows up on something else.
Wouldn't something the Ghost? Because something to do with Ghost may have a lot to do with the multiverse.
You think so? How would that be?
I don't know. Well, she was quantum moving. She may have been moving into other realities on and off too.
Huh. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. Kang the Conqueror. So what would he show up? He would probably show up in Doctor Strange, wouldn't he?
He should show up in a lot of things. Well, he just time travels. All he does is he time travels and deals, beats you or fights you, and he'll learn from you. If he can't beat you there, he jumps into another portal to beat.
Oh, I love this.
He takes over multiple. He'll try to win in every reality and own the universe.
You know what? Let's end the movie. Like, let's just talk about the end scene. So they get the particles to steady, right? But when they got in there, Scott thought he was messing with them, and he's like, "Hello, okay, very funny, guys. Come on, let me out."
And he goes back to the scene where all the computers are, and you see nothing but ash.
Yep. And now that's when.
As long as you watched Endgame, you know what this means. If you don't watch Endgame, you're scratching your head, and you don't want to ask anybody what happened because somebody's going to go, you didn't see Infinity War. What stupid idiot are you?
It's like if that scene right now, I was like, oh my god, this is what happened while during Infinity War.
Yeah.
I love it when timelines go side by side.
The movie was going parallel and catched up to the end because while we're seeing everything in Infinity War, this movie is going on at the exact same time. You could play these two movies in two different rooms and sit in the middle room and you'd be getting it at the right time. Well, you want to synchronize the endings.
Yeah, it's so good. Ant-Man is a great movie.
Ant-Man was a
And
good
the
movie.
Wasp
Ant-Man and Wasp was actually a pretty good
It's
movie.
like any little thing that the MCU need, right? Marvel is gonna put that in there, but not just like subtly. Like, hey, we're gonna show you what the hell's going on.
Yeah, and it is. They did this deal. Now we get at the credits. There is a after credit scene. And basically, it is the alarm's going off. It says emergency warning because of all the crap that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that little ant don't care because he's sitting there playing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
While humanity's been cut in half, he's sitting there playing the drum.
Yeah, he's playing the drum.
The
Yeah.
door wide open. So I don't know. Does it tell you? Was Lewis there? Did he get a prize?
I don't know.
He may have.
I think he got gone too.
Well, the door is wide open. That's why I'm wondering.
Yeah, the door was wide open. So.
So.
Wow. Well, that's it for the Ant-Man and the Wasp. So we're gonna come back next week, right? And we're gonna finally get into Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Fine.
Captain Marvel is the last character because that's the one that we thought is gonna be Thanos.
Yes. I mean, well, I guess there's a whole bunch of speculation on.
Yeah, Captain
Marvel.
Marvel.
The Captain Marvel actually, if you watch it, has nothing to do with. Well, it leads off into it, but it's actually a prequel.
Yes. So, you know what? You're right. It just brings up that character.
Yeah, well, I can't say it's a prequel, but it sends us back to another time.
It's another time, yes. Kind of like Captain America. You won't call that a prequel.
Yeah,
You just
exactly. No, it's not a prequel, but it just shows us the story. It takes us out of the.
All right. Then we're gonna end it right here. We'll see you next week. Thank you for watching this segment of our reviews. I hope you had a great time listening to us. Be sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one. Laters.